But
Who's best girl in Oregayu?
none of them.
What? No, you have to have a
can't-
best girl. Yes, you
I
do.
don't have one.
You do.
The fucking the tennis captain, bro.
No, I'm serious, man. It was something I was
So
very.
you felt like you were missing out because you didn't belong in a clique?
Yes, that's how high school works, Jamie. You're the outlier who is way too woke. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Uneducation Station. I'm your boy Arthur, and today I have Zach, and I have a guest.
A guest.
What's good? This is Jamie. How are you?
That went
Jamie?
smoother than I thought it would. That's crazy.
Come on, man. We know what we're doing here. Come on.
I like it. I like the setup.
Hell yeah, hell yes.
Yeah, but how long do these podcasts usually run for, though?
About we try to go for like an hour to 2 hours ish. So
Yeah.
the target is about an hour and 30. But if we
I think your highest one was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
yeah, that
But
was
we
that
don't
was
want
rough.
to
Warranted
about
because that
episode.
had
Yeah.
a lot of content to discuss. You
It did
discussed
have a-
like 26 episodes in like a movie,
Well,
right?
not 20. It
Bunny
was,
or
it was
something.
13 actually, which is kind of funny. But it was still
Oh,
a lot.
really?
It was
felt
only
like,
13,
bro.
right?
That show
13.
felt like it was much longer.
Yeah, you
No
watched
way.
it though, right?
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
watched it. Was it 13? It was 12 or 13.
I have
I'm
no
pretty
clue.
sure. But there was also the movie, and then we were talking, and then there was like. We were like 2 hours in and we're like, oh, we haven't talked about the movie yet.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was pretty rough. But yeah.
10 out of 10, I must say.
Yes, 10 out of 10. I am going to ask you about that. But okay.
Yeah.
So about 2 hours ish, it's kind of not the goal, but if we kind of land around there, try not to go too far. But again, if it's really interesting and we keep talking, then we keep talking, but well, Zach and I will cut you
me
off.
off?
This is your last stop right here, bro. No.
Okay, all right.
All right, I think it's time for you to go home.
Well, shit. Shortest episode. Let's go.
Let's go.
We
So,
making records.
for the people who may not know you, who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
My name is Jamie. I'm 5'7", 160 pounds. I'm half Filipino, half Indian. I met Arthur back junior year. Prior to that, I lived in Oxnard, California.
Was it junior? I feel like it might have been.
I was junior year. It was junior
Was
year.
it?
I remember
I
it
think
was
so.
like first semester we had a class together. It was Mr. Wood's class.
Yeah, it was a video production. Yeah.
Video production. I remember there wasn't that many people in there, but yo,
Mhm. Was that really junior year? I swear to God, that was
nah,
sophomore year.
it was junior year.
Damn.
That was I remember
Wait,
2016.
no,
2016.
you're totally right because and then I took another year for that for
You took another year.
I took another year, yeah. I took
Why?
I took a year too because wait, no. My bad. I did another semester. Sorry,
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
it's broken into semesters.
I knew it, 'cause, like,
we did the first
semester we were
together.
together, and then second semester you had
Yeah.
reschedule. Like you were at a different
I was
like
'cause
different class, like not same class but different time, different
yeah.
period.
Did you do 2 semesters for a video?
Yeah, I
production?
did 2 semesters. I
Oh,
was
we
in,
had
like,
different classes. How the hell do we have different classes? Well, there was like 3 of
you
us in that
switched.
class.
I was like more than that.
No, because we were part of the there was a semester 2 and the semester 1, and they just
Yeah.
merged them together. And the semester 2 people, there was literally like 5 of us, literally.
And well, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember because like I mean I wasn't there, but I remember you
Mhm.
telling me that there was so little of you that you just decided to do one like big ass project,
Yeah.
which was the mafia thing.
Yeah, it was. We watched that on the show.
Very ambitious, I might say.
I gotta say,
But yeah, I remember because Nick was in that class. Nick Langer,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
wrestler who went to Japan.
Yes, sir.
That fool, yo,
Hey,
fucking Captain America. I swear, bro. He's
I
like
know, dude.
6'2", 180.
I haven't seen him in a while. I
I
kind of
mean,
miss him.
yeah, he's in the Coast Guard at the moment. I think
He's a good kid. Good kid.
he's tight. But yeah, I remember like first semester it was you, me, like a bunch of other people. It was
Yes.
super quiet. I remember when I because Southern California, different environment from
Mhm.
Washington. It just feels so like white out here. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, wait.
I mean,
calm down,
no
bro. Calm down,
disrespect,
bro.
no
Calm down.
disrespect. I'm just saying, like, Southern California, I swear.
Zach is right there.
The place where I grew up, bro. The school I went to,
Yeah.
there was probably like 3 or 5 white kids in the class. So many like Latinos.
Wait,
like
really? Oh, I
Asians,
guess for Southern-
'cause
Southern California,
that's how
yeah,
it was. So
that's true,
everybody
that's
was like tight. Everybody was loud.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody like. I mean, they did give a fuck, but it was just it felt so warm. But then when I came out here, it was like everybody was more like secluded. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they wanted to keep to themselves.
Well, I think that's to say not necessarily Southern California, but just California in general. I feel
Okay, yeah, yeah, I
California, I think California compared to like not even Washington, just Vancouver, where we're at, is
That's
very
true
different.
because
very
Seattle
different.
is like completely different environment. I went
Yeah.
up there and then I was like, damn, there's so many Koreans out here. I didn't know it was like that.
I haven't been to Seattle since I was
Seattle, Tacoma ish.
Well, yeah, but I haven't even been there since I was like super young.
Yo,
like,
same. I haven't been there
had
since
a
I was
LaMarcus
like
Aldridge jersey last time I was up there, so it's been a
Ooh,
very long
what?
time.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
I had an Aldridge jersey when I was up there.
Say that again?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, I don't know what that is. He's a basketball fool. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah. But it's
That's
very,
like
very
old school NBA type
Not
stuff.
old.
Yeah.
No, not old school. but-
Seattle Sonics or something like that. Is that what it was?
no, Seattle Sonics was not
What were
not a. Well, yeah, that was not a thing when I was. Was it? I can't remember when they were gone.
It
But
totally was.
yeah. But anyways,
He knows.
wow. Okay, I'm a fake
Okay.
fan. I'm a fake fan.
Fake fan, yo.
So I followed basketball very heavily up until about 2008. So from like 2000 to 2008, I knew like all the teams, all the players, everything like that. And then after that point, I was just kind of like, I have no idea what the hell is going on anymore. So
That's
I'm not even
fair.
gonna act like I know what's going
That's
on.
fair. That's what happened to me from 2015 to 2021. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Maybe if I
Really?
had.
Wait, 20. Oh, okay. I thought you fell off like really recently because I thought you were like super into basketball.
No,
and,
that's
like,
true. That maybe like 2020. I didn't get into like I watched it obviously, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't get into it until
Yeah,
like
you watched it,
2015.
or you just watched the highlights.
Well,
next
yeah,
day?
I'd watch the I didn't. No, I watched it. I still watch it. But as far as like watch it. Well, how am I gonna explain? I didn't keep up with like NBA and stuff, right? Like watching like ESPN.
Yeah, you didn't
Sports
download
Center.
the ESPN app.
No, not until like 2015. And I was watching with my dad, and we were just kind of talking ball and stuff, and I got into it.
Yeah.
Started playing 2K, and then you know what? I think I stopped liking basketball after 2K got shit. But then that's like 2008. That's 2K18, so it's whatever.
I don't know.
Um,
But were you one of those people that downloaded the McDonald's app and then every time like the Trailblazers
You know,
would, like,
I
have a good ass
actually
game,
thought
you
about
just
it.
go to like McDonald's and be like, "Hey, free nuggets, where that?"
so
I did that.
yeah,
that? Oh,
I
shit.
did that.
I
yeah.
actually only
Real fan.
I
right?
only
Real
I only did that a
fan.
couple
Real fan.
times, but like, I thought that was only if you went to the thing. Like,
I don't know, bro.
Would do it live? No.
So I think there was a thing where for the Trailblazers games, I think if they scored over
100 points.
100 points,
100 oh,
it was
shit.
the Chalupa thing for the longest
Was
time.
it Chalupa? No,
Hey,
I
was
swear
that
to God,
was
it
it
was
McDonald's? What you talking
No,
about?
Taco Bell.
Wait, they didn't
had
They did
a-
Taco Bell?
Yeah, they,
Oh, before I
yeah,
suppose.
before. I mean, back when I went to Trailblazers games, back
Yeah.
in my day.
It wasn't that long ago, but yeah, go on.
Yeah. But yeah, then I found out through one of my buddies that you could just not even go to the game or pay
Yeah.
attention to it. Just check
Mhm.
the app after the game and be like, oh wow, free 10-piece. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
this man fast foods for sure. Absolutely.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I'm just saying.
Hey man, I
I respect it though. I respect it. I
don't-
respect it though.
Yeah, I
this
just-
man's savings probably like 10K at this moment.
when I when I went, it was McGriddles.
McGriddles.
Oh yeah. So by the way, if you look over there, that's where all my money went. That camera.
What am I
over
looking at?
That camera right there. That's where
Over there.
that's
on
all
the table?
Yeah.
all the fast food money that he
Yep,
saved.
that's-
Is that running
from-
right now?
Yeah.
It's good. It's right.
Oh, that's the third person angle. Okay.
There,
okay.
yeah.
Silly goose.
Silly
I didn't
goose.
know.
It's new. It's new.
See.
You're the guinea pig episode for this angle, so
Yeah.
Yeah, pause.
if it's if this is not a good if this
Yeah.
it's scrap, your fault. No, I'm
It's
just kidding.
like, but anyway, going back to how I first met you, I remember
mhm.
like you were doing Clark at the time.
I was doing Clark at the time.
You
I
were
started
doing
in my
Clark at
junior
the
year.
time.
Yeah.
I just remember like you sitting outside doing your homework, and then you were
Yep.
telling me about how this shit is fucked up, bro. These colleges, bro.
Was I
This
really on?
textbooks-
Was I really
you
on
were
that
just-
even
you were
at
just telling
junior
me- I
year?
just remember you just saying,
I
like-
already hated school.
You just saying like no, you said like the
Uh.
class was okay, but the bullshit was like they made you pay so much for the textbook.
Yes,
That
that's
part.
true. Wow, young
But I must
Arthur was
say, you
woke.
like out of everybody in that class, I'd say you were the most talented because you knew what to do. You had the
you.
vision. Like I think
Thank
the
you.
first
Well,
project you had was like because the way he set it up was that for our very first project you had to make like a mini movie, but it could only be you in it. Like you had to operate the camera. You had to
Yes.
like be on there. You couldn't have anybody else. And you did this thing where you made multiple versions of
Yes, I
yourself.
did. I did.
I don't know if you still have that on an SD card.
It's
or something.
probably it's in a flash drive somewhere, right? It's in this house somewhere. It's probably I don't know. Where would that be? I'm not sure.
But you still have it though, right?
I definitely still have it.
Okay,
I
but
don't.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
just
I don't
saying,
delete
like-
anything. So it's if it's not in this house, it's in a flash drive,
Yeah.
probably somewhere
So
I
it's not in the
dropped
cloud or
dropped
something?
in school. I started backing things up in cloud much later than that because that's
Okay.
when cloud wasn't really cool yet, or
What you mean?
well, okay, Google Drive was cool, but it wasn't like I'm not gonna drop a bunch of money just to have like a lot of storage because video files are big, man.
I know.
It-
A good point. I don't
You only get 15 gigs free, man. Wow, what am I gonna put all these videos at?
I don't know.
But I was doing this Call of Duty editing stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I already knew how to edit and stuff. So I
Yeah.
did know what I was doing going
but
into
that
it,
is
you know?
very different from like actually making
That is
a
true.
movie with a camera and operating it.
That is true. I had definitely went into the assumption going into video production. The editing was like totally fine. I was chilling, but making like video, like actual IRL videos with a camera, figuring out like
cinematography.
cinematography, yeah,
So much
getting shots, storyboarding. that was completely new to me. So
Yeah.
I definitely was like, I was totally like, you know, I'm gonna get in this class. I'm a fucking ace it, bro. Easy peasy. I just need an easy.
I mean,
class.
it was easy. But
It was pretty easy, but no, sorry, Mr. Wood. It was pretty easy, but
well,
then again,
Wood
maybe
was
it's
always
because-
like on everybody's ass too. He'd be like, "Hey, are you working?" Like,
yeah. Well, I don't know, but he was cool though. You know, he was
chill.
he
He
was
was chill.
super
He was
cool.
chill.
It's
I mean,
really
a lot of yeah.
it's really cool because
You were in the class too,
yeah, I was
but
in
at a
that class
different
too.
at a different time.
I think it's my freshman year,
Yeah.
and then that is what kind of made me want to start doing stuff kind of like on my own time.
How many
And-
people were in that class though? Like a lot, more
A
than 10?
lot, a pretty decent amount. I think there was like 20 people.
Oh, wow.
in that class.
That is
That's a lot.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Yo.
that was a lot for the video productions class, but yeah, we ended up doing a couple of different projects, and I was mostly like cameraman.
Were you proud of
know.
it though? Like the projects
No.
you came out with?
No.
No. Okay. I mean, because like most of the people in our class, they were just they just did it to do it.
They did just
A lot of people
It.
didn't really have too
Well,
much.
I don't know.
vision.
I feel like, well, okay, they didn't have necessarily the vision, but I think everybody in the video production class like wanted to make videos. Like it wasn't just like a class they wanted to blow.
I guess yeah.
That's at least that's what I felt whenever I was like, because we're all in the computer lab and everybody was like getting videos. Everybody wanted to make a video. Maybe they they just didn't know how to do it. Then again, it's an intro level class. Of course they don't, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying they want to be filmmakers when they grow up, right? But they did see.
Well-
It's not like there was anyone that was like the lazy kid in the class, right?
I mean, at first it was weird because
Or was there? I don't care. I can't really.
a lazy
remember.
kid.
Like a kid who was like
Not really,
didn't
but
give a
it was
shit.
like because when we were like in our first semester, there was only like a few people, and most of them were like freshmen,
Mhm.
and a lot of them it was their first time like meeting everybody, so they were really
Right.
quiet, and
That's
it
true,
took
that's true.
like months
Oh,
before we
yeah, it
started
was-
talking, bro,
it was-
with everybody.
Dude,
I know.
it's so funny because I remember like a lot of the groups that ended up being formed for like the video projects and stuff, they all just ended up sticking together for different projects because like I think
Mhm.
there was 2 big projects in the semester.
Yeah,
And so it just ended up being like the same group of people that
Mhm.
were
It's usually
doing
how it
everything
goes.
together. And it's funny because like you guys did video productions class together, and then you and I started working on video projects and stuff after high school.
Mhm.
And so it's funny because like that's kind of like where it all started, I feel like for a lot of people.
I think so. Yeah.
Because it's like, you had that spark of creativity where
Yeah.
you had that person who just gave you all the stuff that you needed to be able to
Mhm.
just like go out and make something.
so it started with the video production.
Yeah,
class, and
yeah,
It
then-
definitely did. I mean, it definitely sparks a different type of interest because like anybody can just shoot a film with their phone, right?
Right.
But I think it's a lot different when you take a class where they teach you how to set up shots,
Yeah.
figure out sound, storyboard, write scripts if you need to, edit on an actual computer,
Yeah.
that type of thing. I feel like that we did talk about this, but it's interesting to talk about it with now that all 3 of us have been in a class like that.
Yeah.
You don't. A lot of people don't get that type of opportunity to do kind of a professional type of production, I suppose.
I mean, looking back, yeah, because we had all the equipment we needed.
We
Like,
did,
they
yeah.
just
We
gave
had
it to us.
cameras, tripods, mics, like boom mics and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe not the best quality. The mics are pretty good though. I like those Rode mics.
Oh my
I kind of
gosh.
want them, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Rode boom mics are
The-
so good.
You can't go wrong with them, bro.
Really?
The
Oh.
camcorders though.
I didn't know what I was missing out on. I was just there, so I'm like, all right.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Film.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, and I mean, now it's cool that all 3 of us have been through all
Yeah.
that, and then
Oh wait, you're friends with Alex, right? Dorge or what is his
Yeah,
name?
yeah,
Dorge.
yeah.
Is his name Dorge?
Yeah,
Dorge.
Dorge. Okay, yeah, he was in that class too.
yeah,
Super dope. Does he listen to this?
I'm not sure.
probably.
Maybe, I don't know.
Alex?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
miss
Alex, I just
George.
want to say you're a real one, bro. I mean, out of everybody in
Yeah.
that class, you were chill, bro. I know some people gave you shit and you still just like dealt with it. I fuck with
People
you,
give
bro.
him shit in that class.
I mean,
People
there was like
gave-
one dude, bro, who was like,
Really? I can't.
oh wait, he
remember.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. It was in second semester.
Oh, okay, then I don't know.
'Cause,
Damn.
like,
boo.
have you ever had those like situations where you have an idea, you want to like direct everything,
Mhm.
and then you're like, hey, can you help me out? And then
Oh, no,
those
like-
people are the actors, and like, oh, you know what would be cool is if you did this, this, and this, and you'd be like, bitch, it's my project. Like, can you?
Yeah.
But Alex was so nice that he would just
Oh,
be
and
like,
he
oh
was-
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
that's tough.
But
yeah.
nah, Alex,
You know
he
what?
pulled through. Like when I needed
Mhm.
him, he was there, bro.
Mhm.
It was so cool because he was always the person who was helping other people with their projects, and like,
Mhm. Yeah.
I've known the guy for almost longer than I've known you.
Really?
Probably, I think.
Yeah, I met him in like
Oh, yeah, that man's married,
2007.
huh? Is he still married?
No, not anymore.
Okay, I don't know. That was crazy to me. Like when I
Yeah.
saw that, it was right after high school too. Like
Yeah.
within like 2018, I think.
Yeah,
2018,
I was there.
You were there? Okay,
yeah.
from the tone, I feel like I stepped on something.
No. It's just it was just a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's besides
was
the
a
point.
thing.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Shit happens, life happens.
Okay.
But it was really cool because I remember I would see him in the band room after school, and he would just be sitting editing on a MacBook and just like showing me
in
a
the
bunch
band room.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay.
He would just be editing videos and stuff and doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
showed
so
up to school hella early too, huh? To
So did
practice for
I.
brand. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, I don't know. I never met you in high school, so I don't know. I just remember like he'd say like he'd mention you. Like,
Yeah.
Zach,
yeah. I was at jazz band at 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Yeah. What time did class start? 8. 8:20.
Yeah. 8.
Okay.
it was
Yeah,
late,
and now I leave for work at 6 a.m. and I'm just like, I could totally get to school at 7 a.m. I don't know why I had such a problem with it, but
It never works out. That way for everybody. That's how I felt.
I
with
wish I
college,
could say
too.
the same.
But yeah. Damn, y'all like wake up early, go to the band room, and just practice.
yeah, we were in what they called zero period, which was
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah.
school started.
But you didn't
And-
have to show up, did you?
Well, it was
I mean,
it was like
it was-
technically a class, like it was jazz band,
Mhm.
and so
was zero period? Was that the allotted time for it though?
yeah 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Damn.
was like the
Yeah.
allotted
Oh
time.
shit! You remember what the fuck was it called? Falcon Pride, Prairie Pride, or something?
Falcon support.
Falcon Support. There you go. My bad, my bad.
Fuck that,
Bro,
dude.
fuck
That was
that
so
class.
fucking stupid.
I hated that
remember.
class. That was the. You know, it's
It
sad.
wasn't even a class. It was just like, actually, I liked it because it gave me time to sleep in.
That's true. Well, you couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. Well, wherever I sat, I couldn't sleep. Wait, who did you? I can't remember the.
You didn't
teachers.
have to like go. It was just
No,
like,
you had to go.
It's like
Falcons.
if you had good grades and stuff, then it's like, oh, you didn't really.
No, you had to go. It was
Wait,
mandatory
really?
for freshman year. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't have it freshman year. I was junior year.
Oh,
so.
okay.
It was like Tuesdays
Maybe
or
that made-
Thursdays or something. It's like
You're thinking of stat.
Oh,
yeah.
stat.
Yeah, I
They
don't
changed to something
remember
else though.
Yep, stat changed to Falcon support after
I'm
after
thinking of.
our
I
after
don't
our
remember.
freshman year, and that was because there was a giant fight. Do you remember that?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you
but-
weren't there.
But I
Yes, the
heard that
giant-
was the
yeah.
reason why they.
Yeah.
Because we used to have like 1 hour like lunches,
We had to use
Yep,
1 hour
yeah.
lunches.
and then they changed it so now it was only 30 minutes, but they split like the groups.
Yeah.
Like half people could go to lunch at this time, then the other half goes at lunch at this time.
Yeah, that was our class. We did that.
Yep, I
It was
remember
our
that.
class.
Yes,
Yep,
that was
okay.
our year.
Was it
Our
because like
freshman
we
year.
were fucking with the seniors or something, and then the
No,
Well,
there was a
no.
brawl.
There was a.
I don't
yeah.
know. There's
Yeah, I
so many
wasn't there, so
stories.
I don't know either. But we had some buddies there.
Yeah, there was a giant fight, like huge.
Like everybody.
It was like I think at the end of it, it was like a 10v10 or something.
10v10.
Yeah, it was
10v10.
it was pretty gnarly.
It
Yeah,
was pretty bad.
10v10. I don't. 10v10.
That's a lot of kids getting real
Yeah.
mad for no reason.
And nobody recorded
Hey,
it or
fuck you.
nothing.
No, I don't think any. I only saw videos of it after the fight.
Wait, this is what 2014, 2015, right?
yeah, 2014.
iPhone 6.
Yep, just about. I've only seen after the fight. I've
Yeah.
only seen I've never seen the fight. So
I mean, I've only ever seen one video of a fight that was like circulating around our high school, just because it was like, one person had it, and then, they would get in trouble for filming or like, something
Yeah.
stupid like that, and then it was just like, oh, this sucks.
Mhm.
I must say, like, when you said you were 6'3", I didn't believe you until I came here. And I was like, damn, this man really is 6'3". Were you 6'3" in high school, though?
Oh God, no.
Okay,
I think
was about to say.
I think I broke 6 foot when I was like 17.
Oh geez.
So it wasn't high school.
Well, I wasn't 6'3" in high school.
But
I
were 6
yeah.
foot.
Oh, okay.
You man, same thing to us when we're fucking short people.
I mean, yeah.
6 foot,
After
same
6,
thing.
you're just tall. That's it. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
I'm-
6'3", 6'7".
The
I just-
difference between 5'11" and 6 foot
is an inch. So
is a foot.
Oh,
To us.
Yeah.
nah, not for us. It's for the women.
You're right.
It's for the women.
It's hard to buy pants. Yeah.
What are you, like a 30 by 32 or something?
30 by 32. Well,
Like a 32, 36.
36, yeah.
36.
I'm 30.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to eye you right there, bro.
It's like, oh, yeah, that checks out. That checks
I'm
out.
not-
Yeah. 32,
I'm not-
34s,
yeah.
32, 36s is just
Yeah.
like
That's
a
rough.
lot of length.
Yeah.
That is a lot of length.
A lot of length.
Good thing I don't wear jeans.
Damn. But yeah, I remember like our video productions class. It was just, every person had their own individual project, and then for the next project we had to work in groups
Yeah.
of 2 or
It
3.
was, I think it was
It was 2 and 3. But I just
think
remember
so,
you
yeah.
and I got together because like, yo, let's do a fight scene. But then it was so hard to film because we needed another person.
Yeah,
It was
we
just-
was yeah.
was
So what
kinda
was
janky.
so it was like? I think what the project was that we didn't necessarily have to film it with 2 people. We can have as many helpers as we want, but
Right.
us 2 had to be like actors for it, right? I believe, or the main
Nah, it was
actors,
like,
or the main people for the project, and we just had to have people film if we needed to, right? Because
I think so.
Yeah, because then we
I
had
don't
Red
know.
film for us, right?
We had Red, and then we had this other dude. I can't remember his name. I think it's Devin. You remember Devin?
I think so. Devin was Devin in our
I think his
class?
name is Devin. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a really long time.
I know, but yeah, he helped us film like one scene, and then
Yeah.
Red helped us film another scene.
Yeah, shout out to Red. It's been a while since I've seen
So,
him.
yeah, he cuts my hair now. Actually,
He does?
yeah,
Oh shit.
he's a barber now.
Oh,
He's dope.
that's hella sick.
Dude,
Anyway.
it's so sick seeing what people do after high school. Like,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah,
I
I'm
am
happy for
always
that,
so stoked about that. Like, just hearing about people who are like starting a business and like all that kind of stuff. Like, a really good friend of mine just started a cleaning business, and that's super dope. It's like, hell yeah, dude.
We'll
Super
talk
cool.
later. We'll talk later.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk. I
We'll
might
talk.
need that business card later. But yeah, moving on.
I got you.
And then
Um,
after that, you did like this one really good project. We had to do a documentary, and then you did it on your grandfather, I think.
I
Tulap?
did, yeah. Yep, Tulap.
Tulap.
That was my first time doing that type of story because I've done that type of story like 3 different times at this, or no, only well,
You
yeah,
reused
3 different
footage?
times, 3
What?
different times. But that was the first time I took a stab at it for that project, and I don't think I have it anymore. I think that one is lost in the weeds.
I'm gonna just say
unfortunately.
that was legit, bro. I saw that shit, and I was like, yo, that's an actual fucking documentary.
Thank you,
And like
you.
Wood said it too. I remember like we watched it, and then it was silent for like 10 seconds, and he's
Mm.
like, yo, that was a real documentary.
Thank you. I tried. I really wanted to be like a as professional as I could get it, I suppose, because
Yeah.
I really tried to get, it was a serious topic, so I wanted it to be serious, right?
Yeah, you got like interviews from your family.
Yeah, I did
and
get interviews from my
everything.
family. I voiceovered it. That was pretty yikes. My voiceover
Was it?
voice was not ready yet.
I feel like it was fine.
well, for maybe if we listen to it again, we would be like,
But you were already a Twitch streamer at the time, right? Oh, you weren't?
Well, I mean, Twitch stream. Was I? I mean, I did a couple Twitch streams, I guess, out of curiosity. I don't think I Twitch streamed necessarily yet. 2017.
I didn't
I
find
might have
out
done a
about that
couple.
until like senior year, 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Well, it's not something I went around just like.
Well,
like,
yeah,
I
like,
got a YouTube
I
channel.
found
you know
it
the
out
vibes.
about it from like
Yeah.
TJ and Christian. They were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you seen his new channel?" Like, what?
like, oh, that's
Yo,
Arthur. That shit.
Anuki? What?
Yeah, that
Wait,
was,
was it Anuki or was it Anuki?
It was Anuki. No, Anuki is like my newer thing because if I cannot obtain Anuki as a handle,
Yeah.
because for some reason some people have Anuki, whatever, and then I check and they've been
Yeah.
inactive for like 50 years. I'm like,
Mm.
all right.
But I want to say, like, how come you never stuck with Anukan instead of Arthur?
Well, okay, that's a very interesting story.
Yeah.
So, it
Tell
was
the
my
camera. Tell them because they don't know.
No,
who
but I got it. I got
Anukan.
it. Listen, I don't even know if I told Zach, honestly. So my entire sophomore year, well, no, I think I might have told you, maybe in the earlier years. In my entire sophomore year,
Yeah.
I went by Anukan. So my first name is Anukan.
Yeah.
Anukan. And then my middle name is Arthur. But my entire life, I've gone by Arthur, my middle name, which is my American name, if you will, my
Yeah.
English name. Because Anukan, while it's not hard, it's, not the easiest. It's easier than. Well, okay, it's now that you know,
Anukan's
right?
easy, bro.
Okay, but now that you know, right? But growing up, nobody could pronounce that shit.
Well, how do you spell it?
Anukon. That's what I'm saying. But I hear, well, Anakin is a common one.
Okay, yeah, I can
and
see
people will add letters to it. I'm like, all right, these classic substitute.
I mean, yeah, but
substitute
I
teacher.
feel like at a
you know.
certain point, motherfuckers would be like, "Oh, that's Anukan."
Well, that's the thing, right? Because my entire sophomore year, I decided I would not correct anybody.
what?
So my entire life up until sophomore year, I was Arthur. Even in my own family, I'm Arthur. This is kind of how it rolls.
But that's your name, bro. That's the
Well,
name
I
your
mean,
parents gave you.
Well, what it's turning into now is that we have an American English name as our first name, and then our middle name is our Laotian name. That's kind of what is happening now
Oh,
with our
it's
younger
Laotian.
kids.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Laotian, Laos, same thing.
I thought it was
Um,
Laotian, but yeah. So
Laotian,
it's-
Laotian. I mean, I've
Laotian?
said Laotian. It could be Laotian. I don't know. I guess Laotian sounds.
Were you
more-
born in Laos?
I was not born in Laos. No,
But
thank
have
God.
you been to Laos?
I have not been to Laos yet. I was supposed to go, but then
Oh, I heard
you know.
about that.
yeah, and then things happened.
The cabbage
The
happened.
cabbage happened.
The
But
cabbage happened.
I decided not to correct anybody, and that was kind of an experiment for myself to see what would happen. And sure enough, yeah, that was my name, and everybody referred to me as Anukan that met me, and then everybody else that met me was Arthur, and it got really confusing whenever we talked. And then like, yo, what's good, Arthur? And then like, hey, what's good, Anukan? Arthur, what the fuck, But it was very interesting. I didn't even correct my teachers. So that was a very interesting experiment. And sure enough, yeah, like I said,
But is Anukan coming back? We
Anukan's
bringing him back?
I don't know if it's coming back, man.
I'm gonna make it up.
I mean,
You can call me Anukan if you
I'm
want.
gonna go with
I will
Anukan,
answer.
bro.
I'll answer to Anukan
Because this is
So
real shit.
I have friends who
Yeah,
call me
right.
Anukan. That's fine. You can feel free, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
answer
say.
to it. But yeah, it was just interesting to see my entire life. Nobody could pronounce it, and then as just for a year, I said no. My name is Anukan.
Yeah.
And then what happens is people, okay, and they get accustomed to it, and then they
I don't fuck with
familiarize with it, and then they're like, okay, cool. That's his name. I can pronounce it. It's not that hard because people have harder names to pronounce, and then at a certain point, then they're able to pronounce it. Maybe
I know,
not.
but it's like people gotta realize like the world is bigger than just English. You know what I mean?
A lot of people in Prairie are like don't even see anything outside of like Vancouver, man, outside of
I know,
Portland.
but it's
then
like-
again, I barely either.
Like, did you hear that story about? It was like in some college. Like there was this Asian chick. She used her like actual like Asian name. I'm not sure if she's Vietnamese, Cambodian.
That
But,
sounds
like, the way-
familiar. That does
it was
sound
like,
familiar.
but it's one of those things where it's like you read the word and it sounds like a bad word. Like her name was like Fook or something like that.
Yeah.
Like PHUC, and then like the teacher was like, "Nah, you gotta change that. You can't be doing that." shit."
Really?
And then he's like, "Yeah, you gotta
Aw.
give me like an English name." She's like, "Why? That's my actual name. You just gotta like learn to pronounce my fucking name." And then this dude like started saying some shit. He's like, "Well, if I name myself like bitch ass hoe or something, then like you wouldn't like that." And
That's
it's just,
fucked.
so that's what I'm saying is like I'm hoping like more and more people can start to use the.
Well, how
like,
long ago was that?
It was like I don't know, a year ago.
A year
2 years
ago.
something
Oh
like
wow!
that.
I thought you were gonna say like when you were younger because I was gonna say I feel like it's getting a lot better as far as like. Okay, well, it's kind of better and worse in different areas, but I feel like as far as woke culture, right? Starting in like 2019 ish and then going up 2021, get canceled for anything you can say. I feel like, if he pulled that shit, right? I feel like in 2000 and when we were in high school, 2014, 15, that probably maybe not, it wouldn't have flied, but it probably wouldn't have been as bad of a thing as it was.
I don't know.
I think so.
Think so?
I think so.
Alright.
But in 2021 or some shit like, or 2020, if it happened a year ago,
Yeah.
you hear about it, hit the news, hit Twitter,
I mean, it did hit the news, but
what?
it did hit the news. But I don't know if like.
Well, that's what I'm
happened to the
saying.
professor.
It wouldn't blow up in a sort of cultural explosion like it would or like a cancel culture type of thing like it would now.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
You know what I
But
mean?
That's just
You
the
can
thing. I'm hoping-
cancel culture is like a big thing now, right?
Yeah, for sure. for sure,
Everybody
for
is like finding ways to cancel each other.
sure. Yeah,
and
even
get-
now I'm like, bro, I better watch my like.
Yeah, that's what I'm
history and,
saying.
like everything.
That's
I
what I'm
look for
saying.
everything
It didn't
I
matter
say.
when we were in high school, at least not to this degree.
and that's
mean-
the kind of scary thing when, especially when we're sitting here talking
I mean,
on the
yeah.
internet, then we're like, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Yeah. I mean, I can edit it if I really want to, but
yeah,
I
but
chose
I
not
don't.
to.
I don't think you want to.
Keeping it raw.
Keep
But
it raw.
yeah, it's like, you have to be very deliberate with the things that you say because it's hard for you to talk about certain things without it feeling like you're walking on eggshells. You know what I mean?
I get that. Yeah.
And like, we've been doing this show for a little while now, and I've realized like it's hard to be like with it and like consciously making an effort to make sure that you don't say anything fucked up, or at least not
Yeah.
anything that's fucked up enough to get canceled and like
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. But also it's like, who cares?
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm not upset necessarily by the idea of culture, like cancel culture changing, because like, yes, I agree the things that we said as kids or excuse me, when we were younger is pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Like the language that we would say, the words that we would drop could not be said today. Right?
I mean, yeah, them
Dropping,
COD
like-
lobbies were something
Yeah,
else.
well, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
them
COD lobbies were something. But
yeah.
like, I mean, that at that point, there were things that you couldn't say a couple decades from that point, right?
Yeah.
So culture and what you can say and not say evolves over time, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have with it is the way people go about bringing that up. If I were to say something really bad in today's standards, right? It wouldn't be, hey, don't do that. It would be, oh, if I tweet about this, I'm gonna get a shit ton of likes. Let's fucking go.
But,
And the hardest thing is when you end up saying things that obviously are not great, but at the time they were a little bit more
Palatable.
palatable. Yeah, palatable is a really good word for it.
Honors English too.
Honors English too. Let's go. And then people dig it up because the internet, nothing ever goes away ever.
I mean,
No, it does not.
It does not.
You,
oh,
you
nah,
can
never
be,
mind.
the government got your
Yeah.
records, bro.
They got records.
They got records, bro. They know everything about you. Google knows everything about you. Government knows everything about you even
Yeah.
more than Google. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe Google knows more than the government.
Oh God.
But
But anyways, yeah, it's like when people start to dig up old stuff that you said, 10 years ago, it's like that's
Nobody's safe.
yeah,
nobody's
nobody's safe. And I've said some raunchy shit.
oh,
Like,
I've said something. I'm not even.
yeah.
I'm not even gonna be like
Everybody
the guy.
has,
I have
everybody has.
nothing to hide. I know I'm gonna say it. I will say it right now because I don't know if I know that when I was younger I said really bad things. I'm not gonna hide from that.
To
I'm
this
not
day?
gonna to this. Well, I don't say that stuff anymore.
But to this day,
To this day, bro. Listen.
oh shit.
I recognize right that the things that I said back then would 150 billion
This
percent
is
give
your
me.
apology video right here.
This is my the next episode is an apology video. I'm sorry.
really? Okay.
No, I know
You're
that
gonna ask forgiveness for not just what you've done, but what you finna do.
yes sir. This is how I'm gonna make up
Hey.
for it.
If I say something bad to you tomorrow, just know I apologize for it in the past,
Yes sir.
and that's what matters.
That's all that matters.
I mean, no, but
Listen, I know that I said really bad things.
To who?
To anybody, but no, I will not.
to
Okay,
who?
no,
Anuki?
okay.
The people need to know.
I said bad words, but not in any malicious intent.
Okay.
To my knowledge, maybe if I did, then yeah, I do apologize. But if it was like to a buddy, to the homies, to the group, to the squad, I know some language has been thrown out, some bad language, and
bad
I am not going to say that I never did, because that's
I was there.
You were there. I was that. Yes, Zach has a testimony. We've been here since elementary school, bro.
So
He
you know what
knows.
he's talking about.
He knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know about the worst
Be
combination
careful
of
with
cuss
this
words.
man, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that I didn't, say these words, but I will say times were different, and these words, like we throw these words, and we're just like, it's just another word because we kind of knew not to think about it. We're like, it's not. He doesn't mean it in that way, in that light, so it's fine, And we'll say it to each other, and we're just like, there we go. Nowadays, you can't even get close to that.
Why does this feel like a courtroom all of a sudden? Like,
A what?
You're just
I feel like we're in the courtroom and this man's trying to say, "Yo, it was not me."
It was not me. No, it was me. It was
you?
me. I said these words, Your Honor. It was me. I did it. But times were different. If you
Okay,
wanna-
okay.
Times were
Okay,
different, bro.
okay. It's
I
like,
mean-
yeah, I did it, but it was, it was a different time.
It was
Like,
a
what
different
I
time.
supposed to do?
I didn't fucking murder anybody, Jamie. If I murdered someone in like 2014 and I'm
You
out of
murdered them with your words.
I murdered him with my words. All right. No, if I stabbed someone to death and I went to jail and I came back out and I was like, all right, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
But yo, on some real
I could
shit,
try and
though.
be a different person, and that's a good thing. If I do try, prisoners, reflect on their actions, and if they do mean it, that's a good thing. But that still happened,
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna stand for someone trying to cancel something I said in middle school, because if you spent that much time to really care about that thing, if I spent the same amount of time and pull the exact same shit you did when you were in middle school, then you wouldn't be talking.
Yeah.
But I don't care to do that because I have better things to do in life than try and get 10K likes on my tweet of me canceling some celebrity.
Right. But on some real shit though, it's like that was that quote. The tongue is sharper than the sword. Like that's real shit, bro. Like I've been in like not some fights, but like I've been pushed around a little bit, and honestly, I can forget about the next day. But bro, like some of the things that people say just like sticks with you. And
Oh,
then
yeah, man.
You bring
That's-
it up, and then they don't remember. And bro, it's like it be your own family too, bro. The people
Your
you live
own
with.
people, bro. You
Like
can't trust your own
no,
people.
I mean I'm serious, bro. They just say like the meanest shit.
They do.
I don't know if this is something that happens with your culture, but like growing up, like Filipino, we always, not always, but like it's really prevalent where we have this sort of crab mentality where instead of being happy for somebody else that made it to the top, you'd rather bring them down just to make yourself feel better. You know what I mean? Like you can't just be happy for somebody.
I don't know if
It's
that's
like
that
they
might.
always find
Well,
something,
now I
bro.
can't say that's Filipino culture because I don't know Filipino culture.
Yeah, well,
right?
it's not.
Well, I wouldn't say so. That might be different.
It's not publicized so much, but it's there. You know?
Yeah, for sure. No,
People know
every
it's there.
culture has that type of thing. Because
Right.
like my Laotian culture, we're not really perfect either. We say a bunch of things, and talk about how we feel about America and stuff, and how we feel about race and that type of thing. But
Have you guys heard the way that white people interact with each other?
I
Yes.
mean,
I've got white people all my life.
is it completely different from what they show in Hollywood?
Yeah.
That's what I gotta say. This.
Well, I mean, sure. Well, Hollywood's a little exaggerated.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, because no, look, like you look at like the movies from the 50s and they were talking in like that transatlantic accent. You'd be like, ain't nobody talking like that in that time.
I don't know.
Yeah, they did.
Did they actually talk like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so I mean, you look at the way that people interact with other people,
Yeah.
like especially in like a, I guess like a big city environment. Like I'm from Vegas. Like
You from Vegas?
yeah.
That's where you were born?
Yeah.
That's where you grew up?
Well, I moved here in 06.
Oh,
so
okay. But you still remember most of it.
Yeah. And so like, you know, that's where the worst types of people are
Vegas?
in those big cities like LA, Vegas, New York, like those big cities. And like you'll see, you know, just the most despicable people who will say anything and everything to just try to get under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like I've heard and I have been told probably any combination of vile things that you could imagine. Like I've probably been told that before in my life.
And to this day, you still remember it.
Oh yeah, every single thing. And it's like, you know, I remember like a fight that I was in when I was like super young. Like
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that, but like I remember more the things that they said leading up to that, or like
Right. The reason.
yeah, like the reason why they hated me so much that they wanted to punch me in the face. You know, it's like, and I think that that's why I'm such the opposite of that now, is
Yeah.
because like you receive what you dish out. And
Right.
so like, you know, I try really, really hard to just be a good person and be kind to people, because I feel like it would make sense for that to come back to me. And
Right.
even if it doesn't, it's like, you know, that's your fucking loss. Like your view on the world is shitty.
But
and
did
that's
it
not my
did it
fault.
continue? Like when they bullied you, did it keep happening, or was it just one time got into a fight? That's it. I don't see you anymore. Bye.
With that person, it was.
Oh, it was just one person? Or was it
Oh
a
no
group?
no! Like with that instance in particular, it was
Yeah.
just kind of like a short term thing because I was dating a girl that he liked, and it was just like a whole bunch of
Was it
stupid
middle school? What?
Yeah, middle school
Okay.
bullshit. But like in high school,
But did you see him in high school?
no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like to
And-
this day, you don't know where he is or
No.
what he's doing. Okay.
And I mean, you know, I have no ill will towards most of the people who treated me like shit when I was younger, except for a very select few.
Okay.
And
Like actual hate.
actually,
pure
I
hate.
only hate two people.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
And these people did wrong by you, like when you were a kid.
and or like continue to do it.
To this day,
Not to this day, but
I was-
like in high school, like,
something like they haven't learned, you know?
Yeah, like they
what we're
haven't- they haven't learned to.
what these motherfuckers do to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
man.
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I
I
feel
thought-
like
I thought
yeah.
we were-
no, I
okay.
feel like no, I get that because a lot of times, like you know, like we say, kids will be kids. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for example,
I mean,
I don't know. Kids will be kids, bro. They don't
Nah,
give
nah.
a you know
I
they
mean,
don't care, man. It's sometimes
Okay.
sometimes.
Just
I mean,
the
I'm not going to
context of
promote
that.
bullying and fighting. I'm not
Right,
doing
right,
that.
right.
I'm not doing that.
That's different.
But at the same time, the way kids, you know, let's say for example, homie A dates homie B's crush, right?
Mm.
You know, I mean, you similar example, and they duke it out and they have a fight and they hate each other in high school. They grow up in like in the real world, and you know they have maybe they might have a family now.
Yeah.
They have a job and stuff, and they got their own things to worry about. And now they're like, all right, you know, it was just kind of something that happened when we were kids. It's just kind of what happens.
Yeah.
You know, I found you on Facebook or whatever, however the fuck we did. You know, let's. How you been, man? You doing all right? You know,
Yeah.
we might have. I mean, I'm not saying you should do that or that happens,
Yeah.
but this is just an example I'm bringing up, right? So yeah.
So for me, I've actively tried, like, probably in the last 6 months or so, like I've tried to reach out to people who
Really?
had beef with me in high school.
Mm.
And obviously, you know, if they didn't want to deal with it or like, you know, they didn't want to talk to me, like that's fine. You
But
know,
what
that's-
made you want to do that? Did you just like wake up
Because-
one day and then you're
well,
like,
it's
man,
just-
I got some shit I need to get off my chest.
Well,
and
it's not necessarily just getting shit off my chest. It's more so like I want them to know that, you know, I get it. I get that feeling of just like pure hatred towards somebody
Yeah.
and the type of irrational mindset that you get put in when you have those types of like really, really powerful emotions towards someone. And when you're kind of in that mindset, you'll find any reason to hate somebody.
But what made you just say, there's some people I need to forgive?
It takes way more effort to hold a grudge against someone than
But it just happened. Like,
it was like, you know, I ended up running into someone who I went to high school with, and you know, they weren't a huge fan of me in high school, and then you know, we just ended up talking it out. I think we talked for like 2.5 hours or something like that, and then it was just kind of the mutual understanding, like we were both dickheads in high school. Let's just move on with our lives. Like it's all good.
But you brought it up right away. It was no like you just let the elephant in the room remain hidden. You just said it right away. Hey, you remember that time what happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know,
it's tough because like you can hold a grudge and you will know that grudge for the rest of your life. But if you bury the hatchet, then you know you guys can just go on with your lives.
Yeah.
If I had a fight with someone, right, and then 5 years later I see him, you know, we cross paths or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then we look each other in the eye and we're like, you know,
yeah,
we're gonna keep that grudge until that grudge is gonna stay until the grave.
Yeah.
If I don't like, maybe even not that time, maybe another time we cross paths. Who knows? Or even I do it over the internet because we can do that now, right?
Yeah.
But let's say for example, I stop him. Hey, I knew you from high school, right, or middle school, right? And they're like, yeah, didn't we fucking fight or something?
I don't know
like
if they would bring that up right away.
Well, maybe so. And then
I mean, they might think it, but they won't say, "Oh, outright."
Well, we're not right on the spot, but maybe like, hey, you know, I don't know, you just want to sit down and talk or catch up or whatever. Then let's say,
you
got
to be the bigger man to bring.
You
that
have to
up.
be. You have to be the
honestly.
person because I think. Well, we live in a society of followers, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. But like, if we don't have someone who leads, then we don't.
That's crazy.
You know, then we don't know what to do, and we're stuck because like, you know, you've been in a team with a good leader, right? When someone who's well, I don't know, maybe you haven't, but you know, you've been in a team of any sort, group project or whatever, with a bad leader.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, someone who's might not know what to do or is too afraid to command people to do stuff.
Yeah.
Someone needs to be confident, know what they're doing, and honestly, people will follow. And if people have a problem with it, then they can leave. You know, but. Like for example, that Alex thing, right? With the video production, that asshole actor who's like, hey, we should do this and that, right?
Oh yeah.
Alex, I mean, not that he's a bad leader, but it's just that the role of a director now, right? So not necessarily Alex now, but the role of a director is to tell the cameraman what to do. Even though the cameraman has been cameraman and went to school for being a cameraman and know how to operate a camera, the director is going to tell him.
So Alex should just stand up and be like, "Hey, know your place."
Well, I mean, maybe not in those words. Well, maybe, I don't know. He could do that, and you know, that could pose different things. But I will say, in the business, in the Hollywood business, they will do that.
Right.
Director buddy is gonna be like, hey, you know, do this, and cameraman's like, oh, I think it'll be better. You shut the fuck up. Maybe not necessarily like that.
I mean,
but maybe depends on the
probably
director,
doesn't
of
even
course.
say something. He probably like look at him and be like, "Hey, you know what you think?"
Well,
you don't even got to say nothing. You just got to look at him.
But even then, the
like,
cameramen understand, like they're adults, you know, like they're not. They know their place. You know, they know that I'm the cameraman. Director's gonna tell me what to do. I will do that. Actor's been, you know, the actor know their craft. Actors and actresses, they know what they're fucking doing. But the director is still going to tell them what to do, and the actors and actresses understand that because directors have this ultimate vision. I mean, actors and actors, they can give their input, I assume, right? It's still, and then they could maybe, you know, there's sometimes where they improv lines and stuff like that. Yeah. And that's fine. That's where their skill set kind of like shines, right? But the director sets the ground rules. The director tells you what to do. And it's that leading role where, okay, we have a guy. Okay, here's another example, right? Let's say you have an essay you have to do, right? For like an English class, whatever. Would you rather have one that has a prompt that tells you what to do, or say, write about whatever you want? Like, I mean, anything you want in the world.
Depends on how creative I am in the moment.
At the moment, sure. But
I guess, the prompt would be better because as with anything, it's like you have to set limits on yourself.
Yes, and you can still be creative with that prompt
based on those limits.
But you have something to work off of instead of creative writing. Just like, hey, you write about whatever you want. Go ahead. Do next week, by the way.
We've seen it in shows too. It's like have y'all grow up on like Batman the Animated Series?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't?
I wasn't cool.
But anyway, it's like Batman the Animated Series. They had like a lot of limits to it. There were certain things they couldn't do. Like they couldn't show like, nudity or like excessive violence, stuff like that. But the story was really good, even if it was for kids. Adults could still relate with it. But then like decades later, the same team, they came back and then they started doing like a couple animated movies. Like I think Killing Joke was one of them, and like the Harley Quinn one. But it was the same team. But with these movies, they said you could do whatever the fuck you want. And honestly, it wasn't very good because they didn't have those limits anymore, so they could just go crazy with it. And I guess that's another way where you need those limits,
at least a little bit,
elevate yourself.
Yeah, when you have limitations, that just ends up.
There was a quote for, I think it was like limitation drives creativity or something.
Yeah,
like that.
so I think it was something like that. But
go off.
There, when you're limited by your resources, by like where the line is, that means that is your only limitation. Like that is the only thing that can keep you from telling the story that you want to tell. And like, I hate to get all meta and shit, but like, talk about making a show happen, making a podcast happen, making any of that kind of stuff happen. The only limitation that we really had was money, because Arthur and I aren't made of money.
Yeah,
and
I'm not gonna share some 7Bs for this damn show.
Yeah,
and
everything
so, you have is.
I mean, the stuff that we have is basically the bare minimum.
Yeah, it's the bare minimum, but
at least to start
it's
out,
what you need. I feel like
it's what
you're already doing better than most people that start podcasts. I mean, there's people that start podcasts and like they don't even have like mics. They just use like the earphone mics from their iPhone, and then they use their iPhone as like
but then again, that's a different story, or that's a different tale. Where it's like it's cool that they're trying to do that and with what they have. Sure. But yeah, if we didn't, let's say even broader, right? If we didn't say that this was going to be an anime podcast, right? Because this is technically an anime podcast, although we have not talked about anime at all yet today.
Okay,
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Well, we mentioned about Bunny Girl Senpai. I do want to talk to you about it because I'm interested. But if we didn't have like hey, this is going to be a anime tech show type thing, right? Like, for example, right? If we said let's just do a podcast, we'll talk about whatever.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't work.
It could still work, but there just wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be the same. It would just be way too weird. And frankly, this was the first anime tech show, and then we started talking about other stuff because we kind of we have our guidelines, and then we could play around with it. Yeah. Because anime and tech and all that type of stuff is going to be this show. It's not going to go away, but is also not just a show. I can, if I can have a paper, for example, right? I'm just using paper because it's the easiest example to think of, right? And I have a prompt to tell hey, talk about how you feel about this, and write a paper on it. I can talk about that prompt and bring other things to support my details for the prompt, right? So I don't have to just talk about the prompt. I can use other things to support myself. So if I just hate those damn English classes, those English papers. All right, you know what? You guys can write whatever you want. Think creatively. Do whatever you want.
What about those moments where you just show up from like summer vacation and they'll be all right, everybody, each one of you go up and tell us what you did this summer?
Oh my Lord.
Have you ever had those?
Have I? Well, maybe when I was younger, I suppose. Or well, honestly, I just like forfeited that from my memory because the only thing I did in summer was like play my Game Boy and DS. And
I feel like a lot of people did that, but then whenever they ask them about it, they just be like, "Oh, nothing. I didn't do shit.
I didn't do shit, man."
No.
Dude, I remember summertime used to be like the most depressing thing for me when I was a kid because like
depressing.
Well, yeah, because it was like I got to see all my friends every day, and then everyone's off going on vacation, doing their thing, and I'm just at home. Like,
yeah, I know. I never went on vacation.
Yeah,
or I went a couple times, but not a lot.
I feel like you've been to California.
I did
go
to no, not every. Well, no, I've only been to California like 3 times in my life.
He never been on vacation. This man,
fuck you, man. No, my family never were really like.
So it wasn't every year you were going.
Not every year. I've only been. I went when I was much younger. I went when I was like I think sophomore year, I think, and then I went to California, 2019 to go to Anaheim for MLG. Okay. Other than that,
oh damn, that's what you went for.
That's what I went for. Technically, I was supposed to go by myself, but my parents went to. They came too, but they came to show me how to travel by myself. So they showed me how to, do plane tickets and stuff and go do hotels and stuff like that. So they were there just in case I fucked myself over, right? Yeah. But I did my own thing and they did their own thing, right? But they were just there to tell me how to travel by myself, what to do, how to, that
was
type
your brother
of thing.
there at the time?
No, he wasn't there because it was just
Alvin.
Alvin. Because it was technically supposed to be just me, so that's why they just went and they're like,
did Alvin do track?
Alvin did do track for
like only for a little bit, or
only
did
for a
he do
little
all
bit.
of
But he didn't. He did it for like a year or two, and then Cabbage happened, and then
okay.
nobody did sports and stuff, and then he was like, well. And then sports came back, but it was kind of weird. And he was like, well, I'll just not do that. Because his main thing, he did do track, but his main thing was doing basketball.
Oh, really? But did he make the team?
He didn't make this team, but he was the manager.
Oh,
I know, right?
Was he happy with that?
He was happy with it. Yeah, he was
Okay,
totally
okay,
fine. Because that's more of a speed. Because he's more of a that type of guy.
Okay.
Well, manager, but it was more of like a supporting role. But it's not like he was like an assistant coach or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But he went with the team, and he did his own
I know
thing.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. And he was totally cool with that. And
Okay.
yeah, he
I
was
was
totally
making
just
sure.
down every time. He was like, I'm gonna head out. It's all good. Whatever. It's he
Yeah.
didn't have to do track if he didn't want to, but at the same time, sports was like really weird during the Cabbage stuff.
Yeah, I think they canceled it.
They did
Or
cancel
then they
it,
brought it back.
and then they
but
brought it
had,
back.
like limitations.
It
like, you
was
had to
really
wear a
weird.
mask and
Yeah, but then and then I think track kind of didn't. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't
know.
in Prairie during the time of high
Right.
school, so I didn't really
But the
know.
people who do not know, Anuki got hops, is what I'm saying.
No, I ain't got hops, bro.
What you mean?
I can
did
run.
you do
I
the triple
did-
jump?
I didn't do triple jump.
Did you? Yeah.
No, that was
was it
that
the
was
long
direct.
jump?
No, I did long jump, but I didn't keep doing it because
But that was your main thing, though, wasn't it?
No,
Long
my
jump?
main thing was sprints. I did the 100-meter.
Yeah, I thought you did both. Wait, you did the 100?
I did.
I thought you
did
did
the
the
100-meter.
200.
Oh, I did the 200 once and I threw up and I never did it again.
Oh, really? That was my first event too. Was a 200, but then
Yeah.
like
I did band.
that's something
Yeah.
to be proud of. I'm
That's
just
good,
saying.
bro.
It's like,
yeah, you did.
you
track
can play an instrument. I'm just saying, bro. That's
I
good.
mean,
how many?
a lot of instruments.
like right now,
Yeah.
as of today, like 10.
See, that's amazing.
See, it's so funny.
But it's just the band culture is just
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like in high school, it's a completely different thing.
Oh
yeah, and like it's
As adults, we can say, "Yo, that's pretty dope." Like you can make music, but back then it'd be like, "Oh, band kids."
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Bro,
a stigma.
My brother convinced me, like going into my freshman year, I was not signed up for any band classes or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
I was in band through all of middle school, and my brother convinced me that I was going to get bullied mercilessly for being in band in high school.
Eh,
And so
No.
I ended up going my first week of my freshman year without a band class, and I was like, this is bullshit. And then I ended up switching my schedule up, and I never
Yeah.
went back.
Mhm.
And I never ended up taking a PE class all 4 years of high school,
Wait,
which
really?
is really hilarious. Yeah,
How?
because
You need a like
no.
0.5
I
credits
thought,
of
I
something.
thought band counted as PE credit.
no,
It does.
It
thought it
was.
did.
I think I needed a health class, and so
Yes,
I
you
took a
did.
freshman health class my senior year of high school.
You don't have to do it during the summer, like summer school.
No,
No. Okay.
Yeah, what did
and
you
then,
do?
So I took a freshman health class my first semester of my senior year, and then I think all my credits got waived or something weird. Like, yeah, the fact that I graduated high school is kind of a miracle, and like,
I feel like that's everybody's like
yeah,
story.
it's so weird because I gave such little of a shit about school itself, but I
Yeah.
was like die hard for the music, and like I have a music tattoo, and like, like that's still ingrained in my brain. But it's like, I'll talk to people about how they were like playing sports in high school and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, I did band.
Yeah.
But
But the band is tight though. Like we need the band even at the football games and stuff. Like they
Yeah.
keep the spirit
Yeah.
alive.
Bro, there's no band,
Like-
bro. This football game is like, damn, these
It's
guys
whack.
fucking suck. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
So,
Yeah, and I mean, I went to every single football game and every single basketball game, but it was more so of like, I was there to play music. I wasn't. I mean, I got invested in the games because it was like, you gotta show your pride and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
but
kind
you
of
felt
stuff.
that energy, right? You
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
that
yeah.
energy.
And
That's what's important.
All of it brings it together.
Yeah,
Right?
and being able to like dish it out, like being like bringing the energy of like everybody getting hyped and all that kind of shit. It was like it was super cool.
What was the most hype one? Like the most hype song that you guys played and everybody was like, oh.
Oh,
It wasn't Sweet Caroline, was it?
no. It was a song called Jungle Boogie, I think, which I don't know.
Jungle Boogie. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I remember, it's so funny. I don't know how this turned into me telling band stories, but it'll be quick.
Go on.
Go on, go. Have a time, bro. Have a time.
So in this song,
Which one, Jungle Boogie?
yeah, Jungle
Yeah.
Boogie, we would have our lead trumpet player scream.
Like,
Like-
into the
No,
Instrument,
just like
just outright
scream
scream.
bloody murder.
and then, okay.
And so our lead trumpet player at the time, she overdid it slightly, and she straight up screamed so loud that the teachers and staff started panicking. And so they ended up having to like tell us to like, hey, don't do that anymore. And we still, I think we still did it for like a year after that. And then they were just like, no,
Right.
you need to fucking stop.
Damn.
But yeah,
Fucking teachers.
fucking teachers. Oh
That's
God,
just
I
funny,
remember
though.
I played Hey Baby for like 30 minutes straight and I wanted to die. That sucked.
Actually, I think that's the most popular one that you guys play.
Yeah. And like my senior year, I learned how to play the sousaphone. Like
I don't know what that is, but okay.
it's basically a tuba that you wear. It's a wearable tuba.
I thought that's what a tuba was.
No.
Oh, you don't wear
Well,
a
with
tuba?
a harness, but you know, like the
Yeah.
Okay.
But it basically loops around your shoulder and like
Yeah.
it has like a giant
So you were wearing this thing and then
Yeah, so I learned how to play it summer going into my senior year, and then I just played it for pep band just because it was fun. And so I remember we were in Tacoma for the state game for varsity, and we ended up like me and a good friend of mine, Erica.
oh, Meacham?
Yeah.
Okay.
She and I went out onto the basketball court and we're
Yeah.
playing Hey Baby. And meanwhile, everyone else was like up in like a
stands.
second story stands and
Yeah.
like all that kind of stuff. It was really
Oh, you went
bizarre.
onto the court.
Yeah, we went onto the court and
That's
we
funny.
were like in the newspaper and shit too.
Hell yeah.
It was super cool.
Oh, wait, so like it was just you and Erica in the center and then like the band was surrounding?
No,
No, the
they
bands were still in like the bandstands.
Yeah,
type
they
of
were
thing.
still
Oh,
up.
okay.
They were
gotcha,
where they were
gotcha,
supposed to
gotcha.
be.
Yeah.
And then you.
I thought you meant like surround sound in this
No,
bitch.
No,
Like,
no. It was super weird, and like the situations that I ended up getting put in just because I played music was very interesting. And like this is something that I could just sit and tell stories about all day.
like in a
but
bizarre way or in a like, yo, this is my opportunity kind of moment?
it was more so
like this is your main character moment.
yeah, it was that.
That's what it felt like?
Yeah, it was that, and also it was like, how the hell did I get here? You know, like in what world did I think that I would be surrounded by like photographers and like, you know, like news people who were doing the varsity game and like the varsity games and all that kind of stuff in
Yeah.
Tacoma, and like, you know, it was just my goofy ass and one of my friends just like playing on the stage or like on the court and everything, or like, you know, being on TV and like just
So is that a moment that you have goosebumps of to this day?
oh yeah
Like
and,
just thinking about it, just that feeling.
yeah. And like I think the ASL show is another one of those things where
Really?
it was like, yeah, Arthur stepped on my face.
Were you on the floor or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
So-
it meant like when you're standing and then he.
Oh yeah, I was
no.
fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was cracked.
Was it intentional? Or like, or
Yeah, it was part of the performance. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't actually step on his face. I was like dangerously close to his face.
Okay, that's pretty.
But you know, I know
But
how
the show
to
goes on.
Show goes
The
on.
show
bro.
goes on.
Well, it was the part. Well, I'm good at stage fighting, man. I know what I'm doing. You know.
Yeah.
So I made it look a lot more realistic than anybody else who was trying to stage fight.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it was
stage fight.
it was scary because he stomped next to my head, and
I was
he
more scared of the swing, honestly.
That was a swing?
because yeah, I did give him a swing, but I did
Were
a
there sound
I did a,
effects?
no, there were not. But
No.
I feel like maybe we should have. But that would have been really hard
would
to
you go-
time based on the sound, because there wasn't like at that point. I think the song was like just drawn out, so it would have been hard to count. But like
How would you make?
I didn't even do a jab. I did like a hook, so it was like even harder to. I could have totally like overextended and
just
destroyed
bopped me.
you. Like
Yeah.
that was my entire thing was
Hey,
I-
watch out, bro.
the stomping. Like I know it was scary for you because it was like literally right here, but I knew where I was gonna stomp. I didn't know where I was necessarily gonna. You know, so I was like, I really hope I don't just clock him right now. But if I did, that would be pretty convincing, eh? Zach, you just gotta play it off and be like, oh shit.
yeah, honestly, like I think that was one of those moments where I was like, I was totally content with getting punched in the face if it meant that it
Oh,
was
you
gonna
say
be
that
like,
now. You say
Well,
that
you say
now.
that now.
Oh
You say
well,
that
I
now.
mean, even in that moment, I was like, I'm probably gonna accidentally get
So
punched
you
in
were
the
like,
face.
Because we did it twice.
Izzy out of sign, and
Yeah.
you'd be like, I'm ready to die in that moment.
Not ready to die. I'm just ready to get my shit
Okay.
rocked.
I mean, it did work out, so you
It
know.
did, yeah.
I did work out at that time.
Yeah,
I
and
could
like
have completely destroyed you.
I could have destroyed your face. But yeah, it being on that stage in front of that many people is
I get those goosebumps every time. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
that
it's insane. It's super crazy.
one.
And like that's like the
Yeah.
You're gonna get us DMCA'd up in your voice.
Nah, it ain't
Ah,
good.
shit.
But were there ever other moments where you had that exact same feeling, not necessarily, exposed in front of all those different people?
Yeah. Like, oh gosh, most of those types of things have been when I was on stage,
Okay.
because like I've been performing on stage for like 11 years or something like that.
11 years.
Yeah.
You've been performing for that
Yeah.
long?
Damn.
Yeah, I would. It was funny in high school. I would rather perform on a stage in front of 1,000 people.
Damn, bro, that's
than-
half your life.
Yeah,
God.
I know. I'd rather perform on a stage in front of like over 1,000 people than stand in front of my class and present a paper.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Fair.
But yeah, it was cool.
That's good. Damn, I didn't know Jamie was the interviewer today.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be our
I
guest. Damn, bro. I'm gonna with all the questions. Shit, bro.
Yeah,
No, this is a part of the podcast. I mean, it's a conversation.
This is our new third host.
yeah.
I expect
Oh
you to
yeah,
come here
didn't that happen with you're friends with Logan, right? Sweeney?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alex brother. Him.
Yeah.
I remember he had something well, going back, because like how we were talking about, you get into a fight with somebody and then you become friends later. I think something like that happened to him. Like he got into a fight with somebody as a kid and now they're like best friends. But also I didn't know that because I met Alec and Logan because we did choir together. I just did it for the credit.
Mhm.
But I didn't find out until later that Logan was actually a super senior and that he intentionally like sort of flunked himself so he could stay in school because he like choir that much and continued it. But I don't know if it worked out because I mean he did it, but like the feeling wasn't there because he felt like everybody was too immature.
Yeah, and
I mean, what is he doing now? Like, is he still in the music? Because he was really into music.
I don't know really a whole lot about what he's doing. I know that he.
Does Logan watch this? Like?
I don't know.
Oh
Maybe.
shit! Okay, I
don't
thought y'all
know.
was tight.
Maybe.
Well, I
Tight like
just
squad.
I just haven't seen the Sweeney Boys in a little while, just because of life stuff. But
Sweeney Todd.
yeah, Sweeney Todd Boys.
Wait,
But yeah,
that's the barber, ain't it?
yeah.
Sweeney Todd.
Yeah. Oh gosh. What was that movie called?
Sweeney Todd, the
Oh.
Demon Barber of Fleet Street, with
Ah,
Johnny Depp
yeah.
and all them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
You
Yeah.
know what
My
we're
favorite.
talking
I
about.
love
It's a
Johnny Depp.
musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rango.
yeah, that part. But nah, like you remember when we did like the fight scene and everything for the
Yes.
class? I want to redo that shit, bro.
That would be pretty funny.
When we get Chris in here because he's a fighter too, so it's like,
Yeah.
bro, Andy, you remember Andy Wang? I think.
Yes,
Yes.
I do. Oh my gosh.
Are you
Dude,
re-
I saw him like
You saw him?
I saw him I think earlier this month or late last month.
Where?
He came up to my store at the bubble tea spot, bro. And he was
At
like
the mall?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
I was
Andy
like,
worked at the mall too at one
well,
point.
no, well he did, but he doesn't anymore. But he was just
I
at
know,
the
but
mall,
I'm-
and then I was like,
I'm just bringing it up, Andy. I don't mean to disrespect you.
no,
like that.
no, Andy's. I miss Andy, bro. I need to.
Yo,
talk to
I
him
miss
again.
that food too.
He's.
Yo,
I remember he used to be so skinny. He is a little. He's still skinny now. Still sticking.
Bro,
bones, but
he
he's
got
like,
lean,
He's
bro.
Like, I
He
know.
got
That's what I'm
lean. He got
saying.
lean.
He's crazy,
Got
bro. Like
lean.
I met him in middle school, and he wore skinny jeans, and it was too
I
loose
remember-
for him. Still,
I remember the first time I met him senior year, bro. You remember we were doing this event, like where they give us like those not the noose, but the fucking
Noose,
cords,
Jesus.
the cords.
the chords.
Yeah,
Event?
for graduation cords. You know how they if
Oh,
you have
yeah,
honors
yeah,
those cords.
yeah.
We went to those events, and then they had like this little like banquet in like the school's gym or something. That was the first time I met Andy. He like showed up a little late.
Wait for graduation. Were you met him in
well,
graduation?
prior to graduation.
I don't remember
It was
that at
leading
all.
up to it. You know, they send us like an email and be like, "Yo, this is an event. You just show up and they'll give you your like
Oh
cords."
yeah, I never went.
You
to
got hella
those.
cords, bro.
I did, dude. I don't even remember this.
I think you did. I don't know.
No, I don't remember getting cords.
I
Bro.
mean, I think you did. I think you got
no,
cords.
I was
for
a different
Like,
Asian, bro. Different Laotian.
no, you were there at the event.
Was I
though.
there, bro?
I have pictures of it, bro.
You do, bro.
I have a picture of it.
I removed that from my memory, bro.
I mean, I'll show it to you later. But yeah, you were there. I was there. And
I mean,
then-
not to discredit. I'm sure I was
right,
there.
but
dude.
Andy, like, he showed up later, and I've heard about Andy, but that was my first time seeing him. I'm like,
Mhm.
golly, bro, this dude is like, I'm worried about this dude because he was super small.
yeah, it was.
Like insanely small. But then like I got friends with him, and then like a year later or something, I met him, his cousins, Austin and Chelsea. You
Yes.
know, like were you close
Yeah,
to
yeah,
them?
yeah. I know like all of them. Like
All of them?
I met.
Wait, Austin was a band kid too, wasn't he?
Yeah. I met Austin in band, and then I met Andy and Chelsea because I ended up doing some musical theater stuff at.
Oh right,
at
yeah.
Prairie,
Wait, was Austin? Wait, he didn't. Was he in band? Because I felt he was more of a theater person.
he
more
did a little bit of band stuff. like earlier in
Yeah,
high
but I know
school.
they are like musically inclined and into the
Yeah,
fine
they're-
arts. Like,
they
bro,
are,
they're
like-
they're fucking like auditioning for like Big Hit and stuff. You know that? Like
I
for
didn't know that. I
BTS
haven't.
and all that.
I've only met them.
Oh, Austin and Chelsea.
Yeah, I've met. Well, Austin, I went to driving school with him, but Chelsea, I've only met once, and that was for his birthday, like super long ago.
Wasn't that the birthday that I went to?
I think so. When we played
Probably.
Mario on the Wii U.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah, we were playing Super Mario Maker.
Yeah,
and,
that was a
time.
time. That was a time.
But
Yeah,
yo,
that was
Andy,
the
I'm happy for you, bro. You
Dude, he shaped up,
Man's
bro.
lean, bro.
I need to see him again,
He's
bro.
lean.
I am happy for him, bro. It's
I'm happy
good,
for
but
that, man.
yeah, a lot of good times in high school. But we do.
Yeah.
I would love to. I need to watch that video again. That video that
which
we
one
made.
for calc? I don't know.
The
I'm
fucking-
just saying, bro.
the
That was
boy are
that
you,
was your
bro.
guys'
That
magnum
was-
opus. I didn't know about that. I was at you remember Cora, right?
Who?
Cora?
Yes, I do remember Corey.
Yeah, I was at her place. Like we were all just there hanging out, and then we're like, hey, let's play that movie. I'm like, what movie? And then they played it. Bro, I stood up and started clapping, bro. I'm like, I've never seen something so beautiful before. I'm serious. Like the quality, the quality of that video, bro, it outshone anybody in high school.
Thank you.
Nobody could come
I
close to
appreciate that. At that time, like my senior year, I had learned a lot about editing at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I already knew.
shows.
I mean, I took a whole year of that video production class.
Yeah.
I started doing more of the Call of Duty type stuff. So I was very comfortable with it. I was very comfortable with working with the camera at that point. So I was like, bro, let's have a fucking time, bro. Let's do a video. Shout out Mr. Omen, bro. Great teacher,
Omen,
great
yeah.
teacher, bro. He
Chef
was
Boyar Yeet.
Chef Boyardee,
Yes.
bro. My prized possession, honestly. I think
Dude,
so. Probably one of
I
my
love it.
favorites. Just like out of just the spirit, the way it was, like because
Is
it
it
was
still
so
on
bad.
YouTube?
It's on my
Okay,
channel.
okay.
I uploaded it to my channel, and that's how a
Alright.
lot of people from high school know about my channel
Really?
because we watched it.
Oh
in the
yeah,
class
that's right. That's
on my
how
channel.
That's how I did find out about you.
Yeah,
And then you made that post on IG, be like, "Hey, yo, my RLs know who I am now."
Did I? No, not
Yeah.
IG. Well, Twitter, because I don't use IG.
I mean, yeah.
Well, did I? Well, I mean, I might have, but
I don't think you use IG anymore, but it's there.
I do have an IG, but I don't
Yeah.
use it. I
Yeah,
made
that's-
like
Everything is on Twitter now.
other than yeah.
But
I
when you
can't-
get Andy
I
on the
can't
show,
figure it out.
Dude, I'd love to have Andy on the show.
Dude,
I would
I would
an
love-
engineer, bro.
I would love to get a
Andy's
bunch
an
of like
engineer.
the old school
I
high
would,
school
bro.
homies. Like,
In here,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Listen,
Go
as
for
much as like it's like kind of stereotypical as like high school graduates talking about high school, it's like the classic, but like
no.
I'm just interested to hear what everybody, what they're
Yeah, what
doing
they've been
now,
up to, yeah.
what you've been up to, like, cause like anybody, right? Are you gonna go to the reunion, 10-year reunion, or whatever it may be? I don't know what it'll be. I mean, they have those still, right?
10-year reunion.
Well, I don't know what it, right? Isn't that a thing?
I mean, yeah.
Like, well, I
but
mean, at least I see it.
when
I
is
hear
it
it in
gonna
movies.
be? 2038? No, in 2028. My bad.
2028.
2028.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's still a long time, but would you go?
28, bro.
So I don't know if
28.
I don't know if it'll be 10 or 5, but let's say it's 10. Would you go?
I would go.
28.
I
I
would
don't know
go.
where I'm at in life, but
That's
I probably
true. That's
would.
true. If you're around.
But
if
then
you're
again,
around.
I don't, because I moved here at the point where I was like, I didn't know too many people.
Mhm.
So it's like, how many people were in
That's
our
true.
class? Like
That's-
what, 100?
That's
No,
no.
Less than that? How many
like
people were in our
300.
class?
300.
Okay, yeah, I probably don't know most of them.
Our
But
school's like 1400.
honestly, maybe
total.
I might think
When
about
we
it.
graduated, I think.
I might think about it.
I
mean,
honestly
if-
would want to go just to see how everybody's doing.
I
Like,
mean,
so, yeah.
you were part of like, I mean, you were there all 4 years. You probably knew a lot of people. So
I knew a lot of people, but I wasn't very close with a lot of
Same.
people.
Yeah, but
like
yeah.
you know,
that's everybody, bro. I feel like you got more acquaintances than friends.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
really just to see everybody. And just
Yeah,
kinda
but even
catch
then,
up.
I got like, even if we weren't that close, I would just like still go up to him and be like,
Yes,
"Hey,
that's
bro,
what I'm
what's
totally
up?"
agree with that.
Like,
Because me in high school, bro, I was a social mess. I'll tell you.
I don't know
what.
about that.
No, I was. I mean,
The
you may
fuck
not.
you mean,
Maybe
bro?
I just did a good job hiding it. So,
social mess. How?
social mess in the sense that I wasn't good at being a
Anuki
I-
deconstructed.
a
Let's go.
Anuki deconstructed. All right, in the mind of Nuki boy,
Mm.
young Nuki. So I was very awkward. But the thing is, yeah. See, you make that face right, but I was only not awkward to the people I was close with. But as far as
We
like,
were not close at the time, though. I'm just saying.
no, we got really close, bro. Timmy's group, bro. We were the squad, man. You know what I mean?
The squad.
The squad. But
I mean, I
as
met
far
you.
as like meeting everybody and like social, like if you saw me in a classroom setting, bro, I was
Yeah.
like the most awkward kid.
I don't know about that,
Because
bro.
the thing is, I tried to not be, but I couldn't. I was bad at reading
Oh,
the
God.
room.
Anukan was
No, I was bad at it, man.
Anuki was chill. He was always just doing his own thing, and then like if anybody came up to you, be like, "Oh, yo, what's up?
Yeah,
Yo, can I borrow that? Oh, yeah, bro, for sure."
Well, you know, yeah.
You were
so
chill with
I was a decent
chill with
person.
you.
See, no, I'm not saying like I got beef with no. I have. Beef with
like
nobody,
you were not cringy or any way. You were not like.
You sure, man? I was pretty cringe at some
No,
points.
I mean, I've seen cringy ass people, bro. You were not one of them. You were chill.
No,
You were not fake.
I was
compared to, like, a lot of
not. I
people.
was
You're
never
not
fake,
toxic,
but
none of that shit,
I
bro.
wasn't.
You never
I
talk
wasn't-
shit about nobody.
Nah, bro, I
You
would
weren't
never do
behind
that.
anybody's
But
backs.
I was the type of person who was like, you know, just like anybody, any high school, right? I just was trying to find who I was, right? Where I belonged in the big social hierarchy that is high school. What kind of groups did I hang out with? Because
That doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't matter now, but in high
No,
school,
even then it didn't matter.
no,
Because,
bro,
like, you see
no,
these-
everybody
you
cares
see
about
these
that,
teams
man.
movies and they be like,
No,
yo, it was
that's
a
what I'm
jock,
saying, but it
there was-
happens. It's
there was-
real
there
life,
was the
bro.
nerds and shit.
Yeah, but
it's
it's real life. That's what happens. The nerds are there, the jocks are there. But here's the thing,
Not necessarily. Motherfuckers be like,
nah, bro.
bro, the cool people were into like
No,
fucking
you're just-
Tyler the Creator and like bands and shit. I'm be like,
Nah,
how would
yeah, I
you
know.
classify those motherfuckers? Like
Listen.
they're skaters, but they're not. They're posers. Like, how you gonna call it?
No, they were there. You were too ahead of your time to realize it.
I'm just
Jamie.
saying, like, we do not have
no,
classification.
no,
You were
Jamie,
too
you were the
old. That
wild
was
card.
you
I'm gonna
too
tell you
old.
what.
Nah, nah,
Listen, Jamie.
I mean,
hanging
I
out
knew
with you,
motherfuckers from all over the
No.
board. I was cool with them, but I didn't like fall into that group or nothing.
No,
It was
you
like-
didn't, and that was a good thing.
I
Jamie.
didn't stick to one group.
You
I was
did not.
always cool with everybody.
That was good. Remember D?
Who?
D?
Who the fuck is D?
Daniel?
I thought this man was about to say D's
D-
nuts.
No, bro. D was a cool guy.
Wait, Daniel
You-
who? Zubenko?
Oh God, I don't know his last name, bro. He was black. He was tall. He was super cool.
Dwayne?
No, was it Dwayne? I don't know. I don't
Basketball
know.
player?
No,
you know
no,
what
no,
it
no,
was?
not Dwayne. I think he might have left.
D?
Yeah, we called him D.
In our
he was in
class?
Timmy's group too.
Who the
Kinda.
fuck is Timmy?
Was it different? I don't know. I don't even know his name. I just called him D this entire time. I don't
Who
know.
the fuck is
Daniel.
T?
I swear to God, it's Daniel. But he was a good friend of mine. We met in I think middle schoolish, kind of late.
Timmy's what?
Uh,
You said Timmy's group. I'm like, who's Timmy?
well, you don't remember Timmy,
Who's Timmy?
bro? You don't remember Timmy
From what?
from high school?
Timmy who?
He was a bigger guy.
Delegato? What?
No, not Timmy Delegato.
My bad, Chatarangsu, I think. Is
Yeah.
He's Thai now.
He is Thai. He's Thai.
Timmy?
Yeah.
No, because like we split
remember
off.
Timmy, Taylor, Doug.
We did
Oh,
not have-
those guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doug
Yeah.
Pito.
Yeah, Doug Pito.
Pito.
Taylor Price. Bro.
Wait,
yeah.
I mean, I wasn't like.
Wait,
well, you know
okay,
you were
wait,
playing-
wait. You guys were chill with those guys in high school?
Zach, that was my main group.
Bro,
You'd have
wait
to show me a
minute.
picture.
Wait
I
a
don't know.
minute. I was like super tight with those guys in middle school, and then I ended up like breaking off from them in high school.
D? Who's the fuck is D?
So
What?
well,
I,
well, okay,
dude,
well,
I
here's the
was,
thing.
I
You
was
might-
close with like all of those
D?
guys.
Okay, if you don't, the
What
problem, the
fuck?
reason why
Show
you
me a
prob-
picture and I'll be like, okay.
do I have a picture? I don't know.
Put
Well,
it up on the.
yeah, let me just grab it real quick. I have it on my phone actually.
Oh really? Yeah, airdrop.
I have a favorite actually. No.
Oh, it's your wallpaper, huh?
So the reason why you probably don't know him is because he was a group hopper, and I hung out with him a lot my freshman sophomore
Homie
year.
Hopper.
Homie hopper, yeah.
Wait, no, that's the wrong context, but yeah. Homie Hopper.
You know the vibes. No. So the reason why I hung out with him is because we just moved to different groups every single time.
Yeah, that's
And
what
that's
I
probably
mean.
why you don't
can't,
really knew him, because maybe you just
anchor
never-
yourself to
you
one
never-
group. And,
Well, but that's not the thing, man.
Or like
You
one
see,
classification.
you are too woke, bro. You were
Too
too
woke.
woke. You yourself.
I was just chill with everybody.
You were chill with
If I
everybody.
was walking
chill with
by, I'd be
everybody.
like,
but
hey,
come on,
what's
but
up?
you know, okay, but even you know that they're the nerds still and the jocks and the popular kids, right?
I mean, in a
It
sense,
existed.
yeah, but
It existed.
it
was
was
there.
It wasn't just that. It was more than that.
Of course, it was more than
Everybody
that.
had
But the
their
scope
own
of high
groups.
school was way too.
Like,
it
bro,
was
the
way too
people
small,
in the
bro.
football team had their own groups within the football
That's
team.
what I'm saying. The cliques, bro.
Yeah,
Okay,
cliques
can I-
exist, but
They exist, bro. What? See, no, Jamie, you're just too woke. Everybody in our group, in our team, and that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
mean,
that
yeah,
group, we were
cliques-
like, Jamie, bro. Jamie's on another fucking planet, bro.
Who's
He's-
D?
I know you may not have met. Well,
Daniel?
well, okay. What year did
Wait,
you come in?
Daniel?
Yeah,
The Asian dude?
No, he was black. What year did you come in? What did you
I came
come
in
for?
2016.
So,
Chance the Rapper was going off.
yeah. But no, that was
Coloring
that's junior year, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably why you didn't meet him, because he left, I think, junior year.
See, this man got me fucked up talking about, yo, you know,
Well, I was
D,
trying
you know
to.
D,
I was
like,
trying
what the
to.
fuck
Okay,
is
my
D?
bad. I didn't. I forgot that you came in later. But yeah, that's
Okay,
how I don't know.
what about
But
this man? That he was a.
I'm just saying he was just he was a group hopper, and I was like always with him in recess.
so he abandoned you.
No, he didn't abandon. Well, he kind of did. But then I hung out with Timmy's group, and that's kind of how.
Timmy?
I'm surprised. You don't,
Turner? Who?
no, I'm surprised you don't remember it. Maybe if
Who's
I.
Timmy?
Well, he left senior year, I think, to go to Seattle. I think, but
Timmy?
I don't know his last name.
Asian dude?
No, he's not Asian. He's white.
He's white.
Kelly?
Yeah, Timmy Kelly.
Yeah.
Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy
Bro,
Kelly.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Timmy,
was
Timmy
I was
Turner.
friends with like all of those guys in middle school. And like I was saying before, you know, all of that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. But like, dude, it's so weird because like I was associated with so many different people.
Associated.
Well, I mean, I wasn't.
What are you,
friends
the mafia? Like,
Well,
yo,
So-
he had that look in his eyes. He had that look in his eyes, bro.
so I was just around a lot of different people, and a lot of it had to do with my brother because my brother was like one of those
Mafia?
guys.
Huh?
No,
He's part of the
He's the Godfather,
no, he was
the
just
father figure.
he was an asshole, and that made him cool.
No, what?
And so I
Wait, your
knew
brother?
my brother, yeah.
Okay.
I knew all of his friends, and all of his friends' siblings were my friends, and it was like this weird interconnected.
But
like,
were you guys like the same age though?
he was a year older than me.
No, like the friends of the
Oh,
siblings.
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Same age?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's one of those situations because you know how like maybe his friends became your friends, but like say you were a freshman and he was a senior, so because you didn't know anybody else but him and his friends, you were probably like the only freshman hanging out with like seniors and shit, you know. And then when
So-
the seniors left and there's nobody left, and they're like, oh shit, I gotta.
So
yeah.
that happened to me too.
that happened to
Like-
you?
Like
Shit, bro.
I had a bunch
I feel
of
for you, bro.
Yeah, it happened to me.
Man,
I had a bunch of friends who were seniors and in my freshman year, and then they all graduated and went off and did their own thing. But yeah, it was super bizarre because like I was friends with people in like I was friends with like cheerleaders, you know, varsity basketball players, like
he flexing.
no, not a
like,
flex.
even then,
He
I
flexing.
was too. You know, like
Yeah,
Brittany,
see,
Alexis,
social
you know.
mess. What's a social
No,
mess?
what I'm not saying. Well, it's not like it was a popular
I
thing.
was
I was
friends
just
with
cool. I
everybody.
was just cool with them, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't know. But even then, see, I was still like I had this anxiety and this kind of insecurity of like, where
shit,
did I belong?
can-
you know,
I understand that.
like I didn't know where I belong, right? I
Mhm.
didn't. Am I cool with the jocks because I'm friend with them? Am I cool with the nerds because I'm friends with them? Am I cool with the band nerd? Actually, I never really talked with the band guys, but I mean, I
Fucker.
probably could have. I, you know,
Yeah,
but
so
I,
you
like,
were
I
cool
did-
with everybody.
Oh yeah, because I just didn't know where I was, and then you know I didn't know what. No, I'm serious, man. It was something I was
so
very.
you felt like you were missing out because you didn't belong in a clique?
Yes,
That's it?
yes. That's how high school works, Jamie. You're the outlier who is way too woke. This is why you don't understand. So, Zach, we're watching Oregai right now, right? You're gonna notice this, right? Because they're one of the characters that got introduced, Oregai, My Teen Romance.
I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah. He
What color does the guy have? Or what color hair?
the blonde hair. He's
Blonde
the
hair?
cool guy.
Okay. The cool guy?
Hayato.
Oh
he-
yeah.
Is he the guy that rocked the main guy? Hachiman?
Yeah, did he
At one
rock?
point?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did rock him?
So
It was in
we're
that
only like
scene where they
episode.
were
We're
like-
only in episode 3, so chill. But
Of what season?
of season 1,
Oh, okay.
we just watched last night. So that
My
guy.
bad, bro.
You're good. No, you're good. It's not that big of a spoiler. So it's really not. So Hayato, right? You're gonna notice, right? He's kind of like he plays this character, and I think the next episodes are gonna show this, where he is like the really popular kid, right? And he thinks he's a really nice kid, and he wants to everybody get along and stuff. But because he is this popular, handsome dude, he doesn't know the struggles of someone who is outside that type of area. So he like even in his own friend groups, he doesn't realize that some of his friends are uncomfortable if he's not there. That type
Oh,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So we're gonna see that, and I'm reading that in the novel right now because I'm reading the novels, and that's a lot of fun.
Where is it? Oh, it's up there.
Well, actually, I took the ones were up there were the Chinese ones, which I took.
Oh, you
down.
still? I thought you sent them back, and then you.
No,
was like-
I got a refund or no, yeah. I was gonna send them back, and I was honestly willing to pay like extra because like, hey, I'm sorry to waste your time and stuff like that. But he let me keep it, and I got a refund.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, this is not right. I spent
It
like
was-
this is like $100. What is happening
This
here?
man calculated this shit.
No,
He
I was
calculated
because
this
I didn't
shit,
mean
bro.
to. Well, no, okay, so I was like, okay, this is not right. So I called eBay
isn't right.
and homie. First of all, shout out. He had like a really Indian name, but homie was the coolest fucking person on customer service I've ever been a part
okay.
of. All right,
Did he
shout
have
out to you. I tweeted it out so I could find his name, but he was the nicest person in the goddamn world. Zach, Jamie, listen. He was like, "Hey, hey, it's all good. You don't gotta worry about it. How was your day? I'll get everything
was your
situated.
day?
I mean, listen, yeah, bro, he was chill, bro. And he's like, listen, my friend, we're gonna get you situated.
My friend.
Yeah, he hit me with the my friend, bro. Customer
My
service,
friend.
his customer service was off the chain, bro. As a customer service guy myself, I was like, bro, this guy's get it. This is not textbook, bro. He's been a very pleasant person.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Jackson.
Wow, bad streamer.
Bad streamer.
Bad streamer. So, anyways, basically, short story to get back to what we're talking about.
What were we talking about?
Thank you.
Don't you need that?
Nah, It's a tradition to throw your phone around here, so you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Maybe we got a Rhino Shield case sponsored.
Rhino Shield?
No,
No.
I'm joking. But
Rhino Shield.
But,
shit.
okay.
What am I trying to say? Okay, so, but yeah,
about-
Cliques and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You don't
Hayato.
understand. I just spit. You don't understand that if you
He's spitting.
if you don't
He's
if you don't really see that, if you're not really embedded into this type of high school social culture, then you don't understand.
Well, I mean,
And it's not that you're like perfect. It's a good. It's a good.
motherfucker
No.
said you're not perfect.
Well, you're not special. Get
You're right,
fucked,
you're
bro.
right, you're
No,
right, you're
it's
right.
you're
You're right. I am not special. I'm deluxe. I don't know where I was
Shut
going
up.
with that, but
Shut up. It's so stupid. Listen, it's a good thing that you didn't understand that because it's a bad. No, it's a bad thing. No, it's a bad thing, and it's something
this
that
guy
plays high
gassing
school.
me up and bringing me down at the same time.
No,
What the
I'm
fuck
not.
kind of
No,
talk
I'm
is
not.
that?
No, I'm not saying. I'm not bringing you down or
You a
nothing.
pimp, huh?
No,
You a pimp,
I didn't.
huh?
I didn't call you a pimp, bro. Shut up. Listen,
Nah, you were the pimp. You be.
I
Like,
was not a pimp.
You the
bro.
type of motherfucker to like slap a bitch and then tell her, "Oh, don't worry, baby. It's
What
all
the
good
fuck,
next
bro?
day."
That's not me.
Hey,
Who
yo,
the hell?
hey, yo.
Hey, yo, what the
Hey, yo,
fuck?
what
That's
the
not me.
fuck?
Hell no, bro. I would never
Iceberg
slap. I would
Slim in
never slap nobody.
disguise.
I would never slap nobody. I've never been in a fight.
Oh, really?
No, my only fight is with you
How is that? What? When did we get into a fight?
in our video class. Our
Did we?
stage
Oh yeah,
fight.
the stage one.
Okay, I have to say, because you brought this up a little bit ago, customer service people, when
Oh yeah.
when you treat a customer service person like an actual human being, and they're just like, thank you for being like a normal fucking person and
Yo.
not just being like the worst experience of my entire life. I just think back to when I was working at Costco, and you know, I worked at Costco, yeah.
Damn, bro. Kirkland boy.
Kirkland boy. Bro, I got them Kirkland classics sitting downstairs, $15.
Let's go.
Most comfy shoes I've ever worn in my entire life.
Shit.
but-
Costco sponsor? Where's the camera?
Yo.
Costco?
Costco? Yeah, no, I don't work for them anymore. But
All right, but
Yeah, they work for you now,
Shit.
huh?
shit.
Mafia, bro, mafia.
yeah, I remember I just would deal with like the worst people
Mm-hmm.
on the face of the earth, and then you know there would be that person who would sit there and yell at me and ask for my manager, and then there would be the person right after that who would be like, I am so sorry that you had to deal with that, and they would just be
Oh,
like the
yes.
chillest fucking people on the planet. It's like,
It reminds you that human beings exist, you know?
yeah,
It reminds you that there are not like these Karens that exist are not real. They're just they're
virtual.
wild cards, you know?
NPCs.
They're NPCs, Jamie. Listen, have you ever worked do you work
Customer
right now?
service? Nah.
You ever had worked in a job?
I mean, yeah, but not with customers.
Not with customers?
Yeah.
Good for you. Anyways, so
I feel like I would. shine
no,
those-
I would never wish customer
I'd
service
be
upon
like,
my worst
yo.
enemy. I'm gonna be honest. I would
I just
never.
want to try it and then be like, yo, what's
No,
up?
you will not even because you
Don't.
couldn't handle it, but just because I would never. It's just a bad experience. It's a bad time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You get pressure makes diamonds.
pressure, but sure, but nah, bro. The Karens, listen.
Yeah, but
So,
you put pressure
diamonds.
on shit. It's still
Shut up,
shit.
bro. I would not.
Diamonds.
I would rather get iron than diamonds if it means I wouldn't have to deal with Karens, bro.
Really?
Yes, Karens are not worth diamonds, bro. They're not.
I
Why
low-key,
Karens are not worth diamonds. They
but-
don't exist.
But you the diamond. Like I'm just
Oh,
saying.
thank
like,
you, bro.
it
You're a
makes you
diamond,
the
bro. Shit.
I low-key threw my phone really hard, and I'm looking over at it to make
you
sure
kind
that
of
nothing
you hit the bottom of the cart, which is kind of concerned me but then I threw it and then I hit my piano, so I'm like, oh shit.
You want to go check out on your
Well,
boy?
I mean,
Nah, bro, it's all good.
nah.
Bones are more indestructible than you think, man. I mean, they're not
Oh.
going to survive a concrete.
I thought you was gonna
You're
say
not-
they're more indestructible than you are. Like I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No. If I threw Zach onto the concrete and I threw a phone into the concrete, I think the concrete would shatter, but then Zach's emotional state would shatter. So, you know.
Depends on how high.
Okay, I mean,
I think if I did it in general, I feel like that would hurt some type of connection. Like, what the fuck, Arthur?
Arthur,
also-
you do know what I do in my free time, right?
Parkour?
No, I mean, I ride
He's
scooters
rides
and shit.
skateboards and on the skate park and does
Oh, you
flips.
skateboards? That's pretty close.
Scooters. I ride
Or scooters, sorry.
Yeah, I'm super cool.
So you know how to
Yeah, I'm the
you know how to
coolest.
break fall. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah. And sometimes I
Taekwondo.
don't.
Have you mastered the one where you like, you know how usually you just break fall and then you just like slap the ground and you stop?
Yeah.
Have you done to the point where as you're falling you just like roll out of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of an instinct thing. Like when it
Whoa.
happens, because you shouldn't do it all the time, but at some point, you might have too much momentum and you're like, oh, I got to do an extra roll and then I'll get myself up. I've done it too, I'm not.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
like you fall down, you roll, and then you're back on your feet like
What are
in
you
one
saying?
smooth motion.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times, and I've actually dislocated and relocated my shoulder in the same fall. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I was riding on a thing that had like probably like a 4 or 5 foot drop on it.
Was it the battleground one?
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay. The spot.
And so I ended up landing all weird. I ended up pulling my shoulder out by like landing crooked and like doing something weird. And then as I was tumbling, I popped it back in.
Okay, yeah.
Somehow.
I've seen those.
And
Yo,
so
you
that was
remember
fun.
Aiden Solberg, right?
Yeah, I do.
I heard like something like that happened where his shoulder would always pop out, and then he'd be
Oh,
like,
I
he'd
think
go
that did
against the wall
happen.
and then pop it back in.
Wait, I don't know
That's
about
what
that.
I
I heard about his shoulder, but I didn't know he did that. I just
what I
imagine
heard.
we're just talking, we're just having a conversation, and
Yeah.
he just like kind of backs
Yo,
up to the wall.
speaking of Aiden, that is the perfect picture right there.
Why?
You remember? Because like
Why?
for some reason, like I remember like junior year, I didn't know him before them, but like you know who Aiden Solberg is?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just said like he showed up one day and he was buff all of a sudden.
Yes, he was.
And, like-
He's fucking shredded.
Bro.
Yeah,
okay.
and then they were like, they're calling him Barney because like he's roided up, and, like, and every time he laughs or something, he's like,
no, we called him
He's
Aiden,
like-
Aiden like Roydberg or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Roydberg.
Yeah, dude. No, he was
Sober.
fucking.
Aiden
He was
Roydberg.
buff as shit.
Okay, can I just talk about how fucking metal it is to relocate your own shoulder using a wall? Like
That is pretty metal.
Well, it wasn't
That's
a wall, but
fucking-
it was
Well, just
like,
like a
the post of the. I think it was the post.
Well, whatever he needed to do.
That's fucking metal.
Football
Like
post.
I did that on accident.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But I mean,
he had like casts and stuff. Like, bro, I mean, he did football, right? So
Yeah.
you know, he
and he tried track.
he did try track. He did. He
junior
tried
year.
it. I think no.
Yeah, it was
Was it
junior.
junior? I swear I was like freshman.
Yeah,
year.
he just like tried
Well, I
it
didn't do
out because
freshman year,
everybody
actually.
was trying to get it to him. You know,
Yeah.
Christian tries to get everybody,
Yeah,
bro.
he
He's
would,
trying to
yeah.
get Zyme into
Mhm.
back in about what's it called football.
Mhm.
I don't know if it worked out, but yeah,
don't think
Aiden
it
did
did.
track. He was fast, bro.
Mhm.
He was.
I-
I
yeah,
think
I-
he did the 400.
He did do the 4. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, dude, Aiden like disappeared off the face of the earth. I
mean, he was one of those people like he was really quiet. Like
he was really quiet. Yeah,
he associated with certain groups that it was fine, but he knew where he wanted to be, and it's like, hey Aiden, you want to come out, hang out with us? He'd be like, oh yeah, sure, maybe some other time. But then he'd never hit you up again, stuff like that. Like now he's definitely here from what I hear, but I've never.
Oh,
met
I'm
him.
sure. I mean, I'm not
I
saying
haven't
like
seen him. I think he still goes to the WSUV. I'm not sure.
does he? I never
I
seen him
don't
in
know.
WSU at all.
Really?
so it's really
Oh.
crazy because all of these people who you're talking about, I met them in like middle school, elementary school.
Yeah,
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I did
like,
too.
I met
I
Aiden
did too.
in like 3rd grade or something like that.
yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, and then people were climbing.
We
on
were in
him.
the same class
We
together.
were in the same class.
So it was probably the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I've been around a while.
Yeah, it was the Roydberg thing, calling him Barney, and then actually it was Zion who kept like bringing that shit up,
Was
bro.
it? It might have been. It sounds about
Because,
Zion.
yeah, Zion just like he doesn't even have to make a joke, just the way he says something
Yeah.
is like really funny.
But it was all for good fun, you know.
It was all for
like
good
we're,
fun.
we're we're all like really we were like
Yeah.
we're all super cool. We had like this little mini group of like I think that
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
because like we had our group like Timmy's group. I'm ashamed. I'm sorry that
I
you
don't
don't really
know.
remember him, but like
I
our
don't
group
think I
that
knew
we
Timmy.
created in high school was like, and I told Zach, it was this conglomerate group of every clique. And that might be why, because even if you don't remember Timmy, you were in that group. I know you
I
were in
don't
that
think
group.
so. I
No,
don't know.
I promise. Well,
Timmy?
not every. Well, okay, you may have forgotten Timmy, but
I don't
I know
think
you were
so.
in that group with Doug and Taylor.
mean, it's
you
weird
hung out every
because-
night because Christian came too, and like,
no.
no, I promise you,
no.
Cha was there.
Okay,
I
like-
met Cha from Timmy.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, here's the weird thing, because when I showed up to Prairie, right, I didn't know nobody. So like during lunch, what I would do is like I would just go to the library, do my own shit, and then leave. But like 3 months into like the semester or something, they were doing testing inside the library, so I couldn't go in there. So I'm like, oh shit, I got to do something now. So then like the next day after we had Woods class production.
Yes.
right?
There we
Right
go. That's
after
what I was
the-
looking for. I was looking
And
for that.
then since once third period is done, we have lunch. So I was
You
like,
just kinda-
hey,
yeah.
I just like, yo,
Yeah.
Arthur, can I hang out
There
with
we
you?
go. I was gonna
And
bring
then
it up.
we
Yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
in the lunch line, and you always get chow mein.
I do get chow mein, bro.
And
I
then
get
you're telling me like stay away from the rice because it's ass.
it is ass. It
And
is
then
ass.
We just took our noodles, and then we went to the front of the building,
Yep.
outside, like right at the front. Like
That's
as soon
where-
as you walk,
that was
out the
Timmy's
front,
group right
that was
there.
Timmy's group.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that was the thing. But it was like, yeah, you were right. I don't know, Timmy. I might have to wait. Timmy. I don't know. Like,
It's all
there was-
you.
there was
You
Tom.
might have forgotten his name, but I promise you.
Timmy?
I promise you. If
I have
I
to
showed
see
you a
him.
picture
I
of
have
him,
to
I
see
don't
him.
have a picture.
I
But
have
if
to
I
see him, but yeah,
I
it
prob-
was
yeah,
you, Aiden, Christian.
yes.
But I had like classes with like half those guys, so I was cool with them. Christian was there,
Yeah.
Zion was there, Tommy Peru was there,
Yes,
Connor
yes,
Wood
yes,
was
yes.
there.
I'm
oh my
on
god, fucking Tommy, bro. It's been a while. Oh my god.
Yeah, what's
it.
up?
I'm on it.
You're on it. What are you on?
I know exactly who you're trying to refer to.
Oh, okay, got you.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're good. I bet. I see it.
Ah, shit.
Okay, so
But yeah, I'm just saying like
no, that was the group, bro.
That was the group.
That was the group that Timmy formed.
Oh really?
Yes.
Outside?
Well, it's not like it was like some sort of agreement. We're like, all right, we're the group.
Well,
no, but you know, like we're all cool.
We're all
hung out in
boys.
like middle school. Like, all right, you know, we were just gonna. That was our spot.
Out
Ain't
there?
nobody ever took the spot. When someone
Really?
took the spot, we're like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah,
But that was
but-
like if you went, I don't know if we were infamous because I never cared to know if we were, but like
I don't know why.
that was our spot every year. Even after like we had people come in and go
Yeah.
because of graduating and new freshmen and stuff. But that was like the conglomerate of just every sort of clique that we had.
Is the podcast still running? I don't know if you paused.
Oh,
it.
wait, it's still going.
Okay,
bro.
okay,
It's still
okay,
going.
yeah,
Shit, it's you know, all the jocks, the nerds were there.
Yeah, it was a mixed group.
It was a mixed group, bro.
Yeah, so
and
it
that's
wasn't
why,
just
that's
a
why
mixed
that's why you don't understand this whole clique thing. And
I mean,
dude, you know him.
You know him.
You know him.
I do not know.
Nah, you know
Timmy
him.
Kelly. I do not know.
Dude,
this fool.
Timmy Kelly knows you. I promise.
Take off his hat.
Take off
Yeah,
his
just
hat.
take Photoshop.
Photoshop his hat off and then
Nah, I don't know this fool. I don't think I know this
Damn, Timmy's
But he's the
Timmy's
one
hurt
that-
right now.
fool. I don't think I know him,
I'm
bro.
joking, I'm
Just
joking.
is he here still?
No, I don't think so. If
Nah?
he is, he's in
Oh,
Seattle.
yeah, you said he moved to Seattle.
I miss
know
that
this
guy.
fool.
I haven't
do
seen
too.
him forever. I
I
hope
know
he's
this fool.
doing
But
good.
no, it
he
was
was
like
he was the going back to other topics. He was the leader that brought everybody together, and he like whenever he did or said anything, we were all like the followers. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean it, and that's not even in some
I
like
don't know
weird
this
type shit. It's just like
He
you know,
had-
he had the confidence, and he
Yeah.
presented himself. He knew what like I don't know. He wasn't the leader, but he had that leading type of atmosphere to him.
So
Okay,
he
yeah.
had the type of outgoing personality that would kind of attract people to be around him.
I can
and
see
like,
that.
you know,
Obama.
sure.
Similar,
Uh,
similar.
Except for he's white.
Well, yeah, I mean,
almost black and white.
that's besides the point.
He's 50% there.
Yeah. But, you know, he was that type of person that had that outgoing personality and would kind of make those decisions. And then you were just like he would make the decisions that you were like too anxious to make on your own. And you're like, all right, fucking sure.
Mhm.
You know, like just like people being indecisive and him just being like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know, there was one time, and this was a time where I like really respected like him as a person because like, okay, frankly, I'm not getting into detail, you know, being high schoolers and being around that type of area, it's kind of the things they partook in were kind of, you know,
Kind of yikes.
you know. Jamie, be careful. Don't throw examples because I
Okay.
will not confirm nor deny. All right. But you know,
Really?
the things
Okay.
that happened, the things that they did were kind of
Oh
but
shit.
but the reason why I respected them over other groups that did that type of thing,
What's up with that?
you know what, Jamie? If you don't know, then don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry about it.
Let's
Let's just say
it's not weed. Let's just say that.
So
If it's weed, then it's fine.
no, yeah, I know,
Okay.
but
so worse than that.
that's
Okay,
all.
okay,
You
okay.
know.
Okay, okay,
so,
okay.
so
But it's in that kind of like
that kind of area. But there was different.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask Jamie anymore because Jamie don't know. Zach, you know, like the people who did that type of stuff in high school, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a signified group that you knew were associated. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but
I'm imagining the worst things now.
you are imagining the worst things, and it might be true.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you know, there was that group. But
I was friends with those people. Yeah.
I was as well. So, but Timmy, the reason why I respected him is because he was like so down to earth, and he was such a good guy. Like there was this one moment where he was telling me about it. Like he even brought it up himself. Like he was talking. Remember that blind kid, Juan? I think? Han. Yeah. So
I hung out with him a lot.
yeah,
Actually.
and one time like
He was friends with my brother.
Hey. So he was
Oh,
like,
good.
it was something so simple, right? But it meant way more than it probably should have, but it meant a lot. Like apparently Timmy told me, he was walking and he bumped into him on accident. And then Timmy was like, oh, my bad. And then Juan's like, oh, it's all good. You're fine. And then Timmy was like, oh, I felt so bad about that. And I was like, damn, bro. So it's so simple, right? But it made me respect him as a person because,
yeah, I can understand that.
you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like, if
even though he was doing all that fucked up shit, he was still.
he was, yeah. And frankly, even in that other group, right? Again, I'm not going to name names on that group, but I did, the people that I did talk with and hang out with, they were also pretty down to earth. Like I would speak to some of them and like, yeah, they did some bad things and they got into a lot of trouble. But sometimes I'd be speaking to them and they were really down to earth and they care a lot about, their friends and in their group and, die hard, that type of thing.
So there's a lot that I could say about that kind of subcategory of like, the
See, there's no name for it, right?
It's there. That's the thing.
So
what would you call it?
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say about
The
people
delinquents.
I'm not gonna. Sure.
Okay,
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
The
So
Yankees.
one thing that I will say is being on both sides of that. I did dumb shit in high school. You know that. You don't know that. I'll tell you
No.
stories later. But also, I've passed the statute of limitations on all of those things. So cool. But
Well, would the statute of limitations be in this point? Because it's only like 6 years.
We won't elaborate.
yeah, yeah, we'll talk about it.
That's
But being around those types of people.
You're just like, oh, that's what y'all are talking about. God damn it, Jamie.
So when
Go ahead. Sorry.
So when you meet those people who are
Hey, yo, turn off the mics real quick, bro. We gotta
Shut up. Stop. Go ahead. Keep going, Zach.
when you meet those people who do those types of things, right? As long as that doesn't define who they are as a person, and they're willing to like compromise and be like, okay,
And you were a part of that.
we're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not
yeah.
going to talk about that.
Keep in mind, we are posting this on the internet, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
We have
We
not
just
said
we
anything.
literally talked about cancel culture like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Come on, let's relax.
when you meet the people who are like the party type who kind of divulge in those types of things, and they're just like really fucking wholesome human beings outside of that, like those are the types of people that I liked being around. And
Yes.
I was around a lot of both sides of that. And that's because I did not have the best influences in my life and I did not surround myself with the best people. But what I learned from that is just because someone does or has like a bad habit, or they have dependencies and those types of things, that doesn't necessarily define who they are as a person. And I think that you were trying to make a really good example of that, because that entire group of people, like they were really, really cool dudes. Like I didn't necessarily 100% agree with some of the stuff that they were doing at the time, but that doesn't mean that I thought that they were bad people.
Have you seen like Dave Chappelle's like specials?
I've seen some of them.
I've seen some of them, yeah.
Okay. It just reminded me of something like about Bill Cosby.
Oh.
No,
like
the point
like
was
elaborate?
that you know what Bill Cosby did, right?
Yes, of course.
That part. But Dave Chappelle was also saying like, despite all that, he still did some good in the past. So like,
So that's what I was saying with like the prisoner example that I said way earlier in the episode, right? Where like if a guy kills a man or not even kills a man, let's just say he commits like a really bad crime, a felony of some sort, right?
No, let's go with murder.
Okay,
I'm going with
simpler.
murder. I'm just saying simpler. So yeah, he does kill somebody, and then it was out of wrong intent, right?
Maybe.
But then
or
years
whatever,
later, he like regrets it
Yes.
and wishes he hadn't done that. So would you still hold that against him? Because yes, he did do that in the past, but he's a changed man now. That is not for us to decide. That is up to God. I don't know if y'all believe in God, but I feel like that's something between him and God.
That's the thing, right? It's like, well, society is not built that way, because society is like, if he committed this type of thing, that's stuck on his record, and he's going to be brought up and used against him. But what if he really regretted it? I mean, obviously he understands himself that he did a bad thing.
Yeah, you give him a chance, right?
You give him a chance, but that's not, it's kind of, it's 50-50, right? Because I know it's like, you really want to, it's 50-50.
There are a lot of things that I could say, because I've seen it,
Yes,
like
I have too.
You've seen it?
Not like people who have killed people.
Well, no.
Like,
Wait, really? Okay. But you've seen people who decide to, turn a new leaf.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I've
yes.
seen people,
and they were
who,
genuine about it.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
And like, especially you would see a bunch of people who were going down a really, really dark path in like high school and middle school and like all of that kind of stuff. And then you'd see them become an entirely different changed person as they got older. And that was really cool. And also meeting people and learning about them and learning about the things that they did in the past, and having the understanding that I get that this person may have done some fucked up shit in the past, But that person who did those things and the person who I'm sitting in front of right now are two entirely different people.
Right.
And like, you know, I feel like I've talked to Arthur about this all the time, but like even over the course of the last couple years since we graduated high school, I feel like I'm an entirely fucking different person than I was when I was in high school. And so, you know, who's to say that 10 years in prison can't completely change a person for the better?
Right.
And I mean, obviously, if you kill someone, that's fucked up. And like, you know, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But
no other way around it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And, you know, I
mean, yeah, you do have that decision, or you do have that desire to trust somebody and, you know, give them a second chance and see what they do with it. But still, there's got to be like a part of you in there that's like, yo, I have a feeling that person is still in there somewhere, and then like you just waiting for him to like pop out.
That's what's getting. It's
like, you know, like with a tiger, even though you raise it as a baby, there's still that like beast inside.
Yes, but that's
Tiger King.
Okay. That's the thing that gets played as far as like let's say that person does want to become a better person, then he applies for a job. But you know, you kind of killed a guy, so you know what if you know, we don't want that. We don't want you to what if on the very slim chance you know
you did it before, what's stopping you from doing it again,
right? And then also we don't want that reputation in our business, you know, so it's like it's more than just a social, but also, or more than just protection, but also a social thing. So it's like, it's rough. Right. And that's just kind of, you know, that's just kind of how society is built at the moment. And it's a little tough. But then again, what's the right answer? Because whether that person wants to be a better person is kind of like, how do you define that? Like, how do you see, like, do they have to write on, like they don't just write a contract, I'm going to be a better person, you know, and then they are.
So the hard part is that their decision to either become a better person or stay the same is all up to them.
Right.
And so you confining someone into a jail cell for 15 years, that's not going to immediately make them a better person. Mm-hmm. And so if that, let's say, for example, poor guy robs a bank, goes to jail, spends 10 years in jail, right? He gets out. How do we know that he's not going to do it again? Right. But also, how do we know that he is going to do it again? There's that fine line of like not necessarily knowing what that's going to look like, not knowing what the future holds for any one person, even yourself. Like, you know, when I got out of high school, I thought that I was going to be a band teacher, and now, you know, I'm working in veterinary medicine, which is super weird. But
you can still come back. I'm just saying, bro, part time.
But you know, it's like you never really know what the future holds for anybody, right. And so holding people to the standard of the way that they acted in the past or the way that they interacted with people in the past isn't fair. And you know, that's a part of the reason why, kind of backpedaling to what we were talking about earlier, why I decided to reach out to those people who treated me poorly. Because if they wanted to make a conscious effort to improve themselves, then I don't want to be a burden on their conscience. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want someone to go through their entire life thinking, wow, I treated Zach like such shit. Like, I wish I could just go and talk to him. Or, you know, there was this animosity that I had towards him where I really wish we could have just talked it out, you know. Mm-hmm. And I want to be able to have those difficult conversations now so that I don't have to address it again. Mm-hmm. I don't have to deal with that kind of shit anymore.
I will say, I think there's still time to do that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like in 10 years or so now. Maybe, maybe even like when you, even better so, like, you know, y'all might have kids now, a job, a career and stuff, a family, right? Yeah. And now that type of thing is more, you know, we are kind of, maybe we butt heads in middle school, high school or whatever, but now life has changed. I've experienced more things. I have a family now. I have things I want to protect and the things I want to see, you know, grow. I'm now in the similar boat as you are. And, you know, thinking back, I was kind of a shithead, or you were kind of a shithead to me, whatever stance it is. And, you know, I can continue living life knowing that I was a shithead to you, or, you know, we can just talk about it, and then we both can move on and never think about it again.
Yeah. And that's really hard to do. Is like even for this example, say that someone had bullied you, and then 10 years later you see they're doing good in life, they have a family and all that. but you're still burdened by the fact that they did this really terrible thing to you in the past, and then you see they're living good, and then is there like a sense in you that says, oh, I still want to see them suffer, or just be like, you know what, I'll be the bigger man, I'm gonna just leave it. They're happy now.
It's hard
There's
because the hardest thing is to forgive someone who you feel like doesn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hardest thing. Have you ever been in that position though?
I have, yeah. And like
How did you forgive them though? Let's just say that. Was it just one day you were just like,
it was a mindset that I had to put myself in where I know that even if they don't appreciate it as much now, long term, I know that it'll be for the better.
So
and
you already like told them like,
yeah, like I mean, dude, I've like my older brother was like my biggest bully when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And
That's your brother, bro.
yeah, that's my brother. And I realized that there was no point in me just harboring hatred towards him because, I mean, you know, blood's thicker than water, but I swear that man is thicker than anything sometimes. But, you know, just understanding that the only way that things are going to be able to change in a positive way is if I acknowledge the fact that it is okay for us to be away from each other.
Okay.
It's okay to give yourself the space that you
So
need.
you forgave him.
Yeah. I mean, it's
that's
hard.
It's important though that you
Yeah.
forgave him. So now everything it's on the ball is in his court. So it's up to him what he wants to do with it. You've already done
Exactly,
your
yeah.
part.
Yeah, and I think that can kind of.
But it did take a lot of time though, right? To get
Well,
to
Yeah.
that
sure.
point.
You know, it
Oh,
takes a lot
yeah.
of confidence, takes a lot of like reassurance, and frankly, you can forgive someone and they may not forgive you for whatever reason. But I think even to that point, I would like to say I think that's still okay for you. That's more of that's more of their problem now,
Right.
Because you've come to terms. You're like, okay, you're a shithead to me. I forgive you. If you don't forgive me, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's whatever. If you still hate me for whatever reason, that you have some sort of personal vendetta of me that you will that will never release your body. Well, then fuck it. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, I think at a point where it's like I can't change you anymore. Like I've done everything I can. If I still cannot make you, you know, release this grudge or stop getting you to hate me, or even just stop getting, not even to like me, just like kind of bury the hatchet. Just at the very least, if you still can't do that, then it's whatever. It's not my problem anymore because I did my job.
Yeah.
It's up to you. If you want it to keep being your problem, then you feel free to keep letting it keep being your problem, and you can let that burden you forever.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm still here. If at some point you're like, okay, this is pretty stupid, hit me up. Say, all right, man, I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. Even if it's like kind of forced or whatever it may be, as long as I feel like
it's
that
never too
action,
late.
as long as it happens, as long as you both recognize that both of you are human beings on this earth floating in the middle of fucking nowhere, you know, hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
You might have kids, I may have kids. I think family is definitely going to play a huge role in that. I think
Definitely.
Yeah.
But are you guys like, what's your guys' relationships with your parents? So is it really tight knit?
I think so.
Or
Yeah,
just, you know, you're very comfortable with each other. It was never like
it's going to be different for everybody, but I think
but
you know,
but I don't know if this is throughout many cultures, but like coming from like an Asian background specifically, you know how they talk about the tiger mom, and then there's always this situations where, you know, the parents always forcing their kids to study because they want them to be in a better place, but the way they're going about it is not the best case, and you know they're taking this kid away from being a child, and then you know that was my situation kind of because when I was growing up, my mom and my dad, they were really, you know, they made me study. They just focused on me getting good grades. And my mom, she had a terrible temper, I'd say, like over the tiniest thing, she would just like lash out at me, like, you know, start yelling at me, start, you know, like hitting me and stuff like that. I mean, you guys got hit when you were kids, right? It's just normal. But then, you know, growing up, it would just be like, why would she always get mad at me for like the dumbest things? And it's like, as a kid, you make a lot of mistakes, right? You're very clumsy. But those mistakes help you become a better person. It helps you move forward in life. But it's like I couldn't grow because I was afraid to make a mistake. So I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things because I didn't have that time to grow. I didn't. So now I'm growing up, being careful what I'm doing. And now I'm at an age where I feel like because I wasn't able to make those mistakes and I didn't go through that process, I feel like if I go about it now, it's, you know, gonna be more destructive. And I did.
Perhaps.
When I was like 14, I moved in with my uncle and my auntie down in California. So I was living with them, and then, you know, I decided to move away from, you know, my mom and my dad. I wanted to be by myself because, you know, part of it was, I just told them it was because I wanted, you know, education, because I felt in a better environment, which I did with my friends and stuff, but also because I wanted to get away from my parents because I felt like they were very controlling, because I felt like I didn't feel loved when I was with them, you know. I mean, looking back on it, there was a lot of good memories, you know, I'm sure, but it's like some of the wounds that they inflicted were very deep on the inside, all the things they said. And yeah, it's like no, it felt like my parents didn't see me as, you know, their son. It really hurt me. It felt like I was just another retirement plan for them. Like they wanted to get me to, you know, a high place of prestige so I can look after them and, you know, look after, you know, like
I think
the future.
That's just the Asian curse,
right?
I want to say, because
that's how it was.
Well, there's a lot of reasons for this, and I'm not saying. Well, I don't. First of all, I don't know your circumstance.
Right.
I only know what you just told me right now, and I only know my own experiences. So let me throw an example for Zach. Do you know how familiar are you with saying "I love you" to anybody?
Yo, that's
I love
shit.
you. You say it to me. You say it to your brother.
But what about
you say it to your parents? No, he's It's a very common thing.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. I see it amongst the white people, you know? But seriously, we don't say that in Asian culture.
Yeah,
I love you is not a thing.
Bro, that shit was,
I would never like even Zach, you may have caught on. I don't know if you did, but it's a little awkward whenever I say it back to you. And that's not because because bro, I love you. Of course I do, bro. You're the homie, right? Love you too, Jamie. We're all homies, bro, you know? But the thing is, right? Asian culture is not like that. It's not that there's no love. It's just that love is a little different. Love is we want to see success. Love is we want to see wealth and family. We want to see happiness. How we get there does get blurry. But you got to understand a couple things. The way your parents were raised might be rough with the way they were raised, whether it may be because education, because of money, poverty. It could be the way they were raised. There's a lot of things that they don't want their kids to experience. For example, my parents, you watched the documentary. Yeah. They came from like a really terrible place. They could have died. They escaped from Laos to, you know, America, and they had to live in a country that they don't speak the language of and grow up and go to school. They graduated, they did university. They fought probably the hardest fight I could probably ever even dream of doing myself, and they did it. But the thing is, they don't want their kids to feel that way. So they want, you know, hey, do well in school, go to school, do well, do your homework. I'm going to give you extra stuff to work on. I want you to succeed because I don't want you to have to claw your way up in society like I did, you know? So there's, you know, the story of the
you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Itachi.
Suppose so, something like that. Yeah, I suppose so. No, I agree. Spoilers for everybody. No, just kidding.
They don't know what we're talking about.
They don't know what we're talking about. No, they watch Naruto. We're talking.
I don't watch Naruto either.
I don't know.
Just that one character intrigued me so much.
I agree. But
because of the reasons you talked about.
I'll even throw a better example. I think I even mentioned it in the podcast before. The story of the immigrant. So the immigrant lived a shit life, right? And, you know, and he came into America and he had a, like I just explained even with my own parents, because they were technically not immigrants, but it's kind of a weird blurry line. Anyways, that's besides the point. You know, he grew up in this foreign country, learning the language, and he had it super rough and he had to fight for everything. And then he had a daughter. And then he was like, I don't want my daughter to experience what I experienced. So he treated her well and gave her whatever she wanted and spoiled her. And then she grew up to be a bad person because she didn't understand morals and values. And she didn't have anything to fight against in order to find herself. The reason why, and first of all, I'm not saying you should like abuse and berate your kids, but it's more of a, don't do it because you know you're doing it. Do it because that's kind of, it's a more of a thing that happens. You teach your kids in a way that makes you learn how to fight for yourself, I suppose, because you learn naturally. The number one thing a kid will always do to their parents, no matter what, I don't give a fuck, no matter what situation you're in, you always rebel.
Yeah, because
you clash mindsets, and that's because what happens is, you know, your parents they teach you their mindsets and their morals to you. It's up to you to decide whether that's correct or not, because you know you're a person, you're an individual, and you should believe in whatever you want to believe. Anyways,
in my opinion, I feel like that situation where you butt heads with your parents, that's what, or that contributes the most to who you are today.
have you ever seen Your Lie in April?
Yeah.
So,
I have
so
Netflix.
Kosei, you know Kosei, Arima Kosei, right? The pianist.
Kosei, yeah. Oh, his mom.
His
yeah.
mom, right? You beat the shit out of him and did all
Yeah.
that stuff, but then, okay, spoilers real quick. Spoilers real quick.
It's-
You finished it, right?
I finished it,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
but I would say she was probably
She was
like,
super harsh, and you know
that show really got to me. I'd say.
that you got everyone,
Yeah.
bro. But you
Well,
know,
no,
the
I mean,
point.
It
you
didn't
know
make me
the-
cry,
I
but
know.
I understand
I know.
it. I saw they
you
didn't
understand
show
why
the
she-
mom's face.
I know.
They never
But,
showed them. Did
but
they
then when
ever?
she did.
Did they reveal it?
Yeah, during
Okay, I
Love
don't
Sark.
remember.
Love Sark. Okay, but anyways,
But yeah,
it revealed why she did that,
yeah,
right?
I
Why?
understand.
Like,
Yeah.
the turning point was when she hit him with her
And
cane
then
and
he,
the
like,
spot, and then he
yells
said,
at her.
"Yeah, like I hope you die" or something like that, right?
And then she realizes.
And then she realizes, you know, she says like, when I'm, because she knows she's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, if I'm gone, will Kosei brush his teeth in the morning?
But she never
Will he
told
eat?
that to her son. She told it to her friend instead.
He
And
never
he never
did,
found out.
but there's a pressure to that. There's a pressure to, because I don't know what to say to my kid. I don't know how to speak to my kid. I want my kid to succeed because I'm going to die. I'm not going to be here for my kid forever. How do I want him to succeed if I'm not there? But she, because of, you know, he was succeeding, he was doing well, and then, you know, he's kind of wavering. If he loses this, she's afraid that he's not going to have anything, and then she's going to disappear, and then he's just lost, right?
Yeah.
And frankly, so that kind of happened, right? But that's, you know, another thing. But she lost herself in her way. She thought she was doing the right thing, but she started doing the wrong thing, but she kept thinking irrationally because she was too scared. I'm not going to be here for my kid. He's going to grow up without me. I can't be there to, you know, I think it's not something we're going to understand until we have kids ourselves, you know,
yeah, I
of
feel
kids
like
like the number one thing a parent does not want to see is to see their kid, you know, not doing well, you know, financially, socially, to themselves, health wise, you know, they don't want to see that, you know, and that's why they want, you know, do well in school, go to school, do university, get a job, do what you got to do to be happy, right? But there's a problem with the way, and that's gonna be a whole nother topic that I don't want to talk about because
bro,
we're
despite
running,
all that,
we're
like,
running along, but
despite
like
all
it's like
the
the school
success,
stuff,
it's
right?
like-
It's hard, but they don't understand that yet because you got to remember where they came from. They came from not even like I'm not even talking about like Asian at this point. I'm talking about the previous generation where the thing to do, right, was to go to school, get a 9-to-5 job in a cubicle, and do your part in society. That was how it was raised. Now things have changed. Now you can be a YouTuber and a streamer. You can own a fucking cake shop or whatever. You can do like literally anything you want as long as you set your mind to it. It might be hard and you may not even end there. Like Zach was saying, he wants to be a band teacher and he ends up being a veterinarian. Who knows? But you land somewhere where you're happy. But that mindset was not a thing back then, you know? You know, we're fighting fucking wars, Great Depression, that type of stuff. That's not, they don't care about that shit. They're just like, bro, listen, right now, life is crazy, so you need to get a job and you need to go to school, get a job, and so you can support yourself. And that's the mindset that they grew up in. And that's the mindset that they're trying to teach you, Jamie, Zach, to me, everybody. And that's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing in its own way, but it's not a bad thing in the sense that they're doing the wrong thing.
It's not a bad thing, but the way they went about it,
sure,
could have been different.
Yeah, sure. I'm not saying to your family. I don't like, again, I don't know your circumstance. I'm speaking generally now, right? To any parent, to any kid right now, right? You got to understand where they're coming from. And frankly, again, in another kid's situation, maybe their parents abuse them or something, and it's a bad house situation. That I'm not saying at that point, oh, you know, your parents are just teaching you to be tough. No. That's a bad environment. You should hopefully look to get out of that. But that's it. Now I'm speaking generally.
But that's also like something you got to think about. Is like, yeah, they abuse you, but that's still your parents. So even like 10 years later, maybe like going back to that situation where you said, oh, even though they did that crazy shit in the past, but now they regret it.
Yes.
And then like, it's a tough pills. Like, y'all seen the movie Warrior?
I have not.
I have not.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
It's like Tom Hardy and the other
It sounds
guy.
familiar, but
Okay, but basically it's about like these two brothers. They, you know, separate from each other at a young age, but when they grow up, they become MMA fighters. And then
I have seen this movie.
Oh, I've heard of that. I have heard of that.
The dad is Nick Nolte, and the dad is like he was very abusive to his kids, but he's trying to reconcile with them. A very heartfelt movie. Like, you've seen the movie Onward, like with Disney Pixar? Onward? I mean, the theme is kind of similar, where it's like these two brothers are, you know, trying to. It's a very Father's Day kind of movie.
Sure.
Very sad.
Wait, that does sound familiar, actually.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, those are the kind of situations we think about as adults where it's like, yeah, they did this shit to me in the past, and, you know, I still have all this pain inside. And now, what? All of a sudden, you just decide that you want to be a better person, and that you just forget about the past. And like, what about me? What?
I think it's more of just accepting it, right? I think you can't just say it never happened. That's the incorrect way to take it.
But it's like, yes, I agree. You want to forgive that person, but there's still like that feeling inside. It's like, you know, it never goes away.
You don't have to do it now, man. I can have a grudge with someone and then probably forgive them when I'm on my deathbed. I don't know. I mean, you know, we got a lot of time to think about it.
I mean, it's mostly with my mom, but yeah, I forgave her for, you know, some of the things she like said to me and how she treated me. But at the same time, it's like, I forgive her, but then when I talk to her, I still like hear something like when she like raises her voice a certain way, and then I just get flashbacks, and I'm like, oh shit,
right.
Like the beast inside comes out, and it's like, I'm ready to go. Like,
well, that factor is always going to be there no matter what.
Yeah, and it's hard to get rid of, bro. It's hard to get rid of.
Well, when you, for example,
or do we even need to get rid of it? Do you think we should get rid of it, or should we like?
Well, I
make friends with it.
I have a similar situation where I have I'm sorry, Zach.
Oh no, dude, you're totally fine.
I'm not crazy, right?
No. Everybody has that. I have a similar situation. Like
would it be easier to fight it, or is it better to just be? I think one with it. Somehow.
I think both are. I think both are okay.
Like, how would you even?
Some of them, frankly, it's just hard to assess. Right? It's just hard to come to terms with, whether it be the situation, whether it be the other person's feelings. Sometimes it's just like, you know, maybe instead of bearing. Okay, like I said, right? You can come to terms with it, and that's fine. They don't have to come to terms with it.
Right.
It's whatever. So, for example, I'm not going to go into too much of a detail because I don't want to, but. My music tutor, we ended up having a fallout, and we had ended on bad blood.
Piano?
Yes, my piano tutor. Okay. Well, my music tutor in general, right? And I love her. I still do. But I just a couple.
Wait, hold on. I gotta take a piss, bro.
All right, all good.
Pause on that.
Okay. So,
music tutor.
Sorry about that, guys. Anyways. No, you're good. You're allowed to pee. It's all good. I'm not gonna sit here. You're not gonna just be like,
but going back to the music tutor.
So I'm gonna be very brief because again, it's very personal, and I don't want to speak on it, especially not without her consent. Okay. So, music tutor, I started with a very brief story. I started with guitar lessons. I met my music tutor, and I stuck with her for like almost nearly half my life, you know. Stayed with her with music, learned piano, and then we turned into general music theory kind of class, and I joined her jazz unit, and then we would play jazz and stuff like that. So I was really cool with it. And I still am, but there's a bit of a discrepancy, and I'm not going to go into that. But there was a bit as far as like her mental state, because she did have Asperger's. Not the reason. The reason why we fell out is my fault, and I agree, and I understand that. Again, I'm not going to go into that, but I agree. I understand that it is my fault. The problem is, the way it ended up is hard to come back and reconcile. Maybe a couple of years down the line I can figure it out, but this entire time has been since junior year. I have not been able to reconcile. Damn. And I understand it's my fault. So this is a situation where I'm the dick. I'm the guy. Okay. And I do want to make amends this time, but it's hard because, I want to, and I'm not afraid to do it. It's just the situation is so unique, and it's really, frankly, I would love to, and if it's possible, please, I would love to. But because the situation is so specific and so circumstantial, that I'm not able to. And because of that, that means I have to sit on this forever. And frankly, I'm not happy with it, but I understand that that's just what has to happen. So I just have to cut that. I just have to burn that bridge. I'm not proud of it. And again, like I said, if we can make amends and if I can honestly go back and play music with her again, I would love to. I really would. I would love to. Or even not even like we can even end our relationship there, but at least talk with her or something like that. I don't know. I would love to. But I would have to go way far into detail to explain why I'm not able to. And again, that's personal. I don't want to bring her into this. Okay. At least not without her consent.
So you fucked up.
I fucked up big time. And it's my fault. But because of the circumstance, I cannot make up with it. So I am forced to deal with it, and I am forced to have that burden on me for the rest of my life. Okay. And I'm like, fuck.
So it's not as simple as just sending a message.
No, it's not. Okay, that would be an insult if I just sent a message. It'd be an insult if I showed my face. That's how bad it is.
Okay.
So I have to sit here and deal with it. That's my fault, and I decided to come to terms like a couple years prior. Oh. Like what was it? I watched this video from Jaden's Animations.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very popular animator, very popular YouTuber, lover. I don't remember what video it was specifically, but I was watching it, and then she mentioned something where like sometimes in life you just have to cut relationships. It's just what happens. Bonds are the strongest things in the world, but they're not indestructible. It's hard to cut a bond, as we've explained. Zach and I didn't even hang out in high school at all, but here we are, right? It's hard to cut a bond. It's hard to just forget about a person. But sometimes it has to happen. Sometimes you just have to understand, okay, our relationship was not good, and no matter how hard we try, it's not going to fix itself. So the thing that we just got to do is, okay, that's it. I would love to make amends. I would love to figure it out, but just whatever circumstance it may be, maybe the circumstance I'm in, maybe a different circumstance that someone else may be in, maybe a circumstance that you are in with your mom. I don't know that. I'm not going to ask that. I don't need to know that because only you need to know that. And for you can just be, okay, this is how it is. I know this is going to be how it is. Nothing I do will fix that. Nothing I do will change that. Yeah. So I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm going to do my part. I will do the most I can do in this time, and maybe it can change in a couple years. Who knows? Maybe I do reconcile with her, and that'll be great. I would love that. But for now, let's just say in the moment, right now, in the moment, I cannot. You cannot. Zach cannot. I don't know. I mean, someone cannot.
It has to be you. It has to be.
It has to be you in the situation, right?
Yeah.
And if you can or not. If you can't, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not the best. It's just not the best thing. But it's not a bad thing to cut a relationship. To say, okay, it's just not going to work.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It's just not going to happen.
But in the situation when you fuck up and then like you try to,
or even maybe even in the opposite situation, who knows? Who knows what situation one may be in, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the one to dictate who that could be. And I don't mean to go so profound. And I'm speaking so vaguely because I don't want to give specifics. I know. But it's like, it's tough. Like, so I'm not going to be like, this isn't a fucking Disney show, right? Where life is not a Disney show. Life is not like and you can be friends again. Sometimes life is not like that. Sometimes you're just going to have an enemy for the rest of your life. I'm not enemies with my music tutor. No. Yeah. But I'm just a random guy, right? Sometimes you guys will just never reconcile. At least not fully. You guys won't be friends again.
That's gotta hurt.
It's gotta hurt, but it's gotta happen.
It does.
It's gotta happen.
It has to happen. It just can't. If something has to happen, the best thing may not happen. The best thing is what you want to happen, but sometimes what you want to happen isn't what has to happen. Sometimes something has to happen.
The hard thing is when you feel like you want so desperately to be able to do something about it. Like you want to fix the problem that you started, but you just physically cannot do it without it getting worse. Mm-hmm. Like you're kind of pinned into a corner where you're like, no matter what I do to try to make the situation better, it's only going to make it worse.
I'm going to end. Okay, we're going on for a long time. I do want to talk about something else. Yeah. But so I'm going to
end it off. We can just say that.
Let me just say this. All right. It's not pretty and it's very ugly. But sometimes maybe the solution to this relationship is to cut yourself from it. Maybe the solution for me and my music tutor.
Yeah. The best relationship is no relationship.
The best solution for me and my music tutor is for me to not show my face.
Okay.
Maybe that it sounds bad, but that is going to be the healthiest for both me and her.
Yeah.
That's just what it's going to be. I fucked up. I agree I fucked up. But, that's just something I have to deal with. And I'm going to continue with dealing with it. And I'm okay with dealing with it because I deserve it.
Yeah.
Right? And this is how it is. So sometimes that's it. That's all.
Yeah. So
just if you got to break a relationship, you got to break a relationship. Understand that. If it's not mutual, that sucks. But life is gonna move on. Doesn't care if you're potty mouth with your fucking buddy. Right. No, life doesn't give a fuck, bro. Life is like, all right, I'm gonna keep ticking the talk, bro. I don't give a. I'm gonna keep ticking the talk, bro. Ticking the clock. Jesus fuck. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was trying to get clocked.
So basically, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was destroyed in one.
Yeah. You build a big relationship, and sometimes it can just crumble. It sucks.
That was so fucking profound.
That was so profound. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But,
okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's just move past it. Hey, humans are shitty. All right. Anyways.
and just to say, we all go through that shit.
We all do.
We all go through it.
We all do it. Everybody does it. So it's okay. Just know that you're not alone. That's all.
Oh,
You know?
I thought you were gonna be like, you're not special. Get
You're not
fucked.
special. Get fucked. All right. So, anyways, we haven't gone a long time, but I want to talk about anime with you,
It
bro,
was good
because I know. It's tradition. I got to. So I have a couple of traditional
I'm
questions I
fine
got to
with
ask
it,
for
yeah.
every single guest. What is maybe
Top.
not your top, maybe just your favorite anime, just off the spot.
Off the spot, I'd say like in terms of like TV series, I'd say Erased.
Erased.
I
Oh
fucking
wow.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh
I love
wow.
It was one
Nice.
of the very first few anime that I watched, and like I just wanted to keep watching. I needed
Mm-hmm.
to know what happened in the end, and the pacing was perfect. I like the way they he was in the present, and then when he went to the past, they had the black bars.
Yeah,
that
dude,
shit was
let's
dope. That was
go.
dope.
I
And it's
always I bring that up every single time. It makes my filmmaker
Right.
boner just go off.
I
bro.
know I was watching that, and it's like the camera techniques they used from the present versus the past were so much different as well. Like,
Even-
you know
yeah.
how it starts off, and then you see these black bars, and then you see it from like a first person point of view.
Yeah.
And he's like,
The
"Where the
first
fuck am
episode.
I?" And then like you just
And then it zooms out.
unravels, and then you see
it's
he's in
just like-
Hokkaido.
You
and-
have to remember that, like, even though this is animated, it's all of it like it's 2D, and we're watching it in 2D.
Yeah.
But all the elements are 3D. So there is camera work.
Mhm.
Camera work is done and it's created, and you work in a 3D space. Like for example, my COD edits, right? Frankly, it's a 3D game, but if you're watching it on a YouTube video,
It
it's
looks
2D.
very- yeah,
it's
it's
2D.
2D.
But I'm working in 3D space.
Yeah.
You have to remember that. So that's why like shows like Erase and stuff. How are you on reading? Like reading books and novels?
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Are you interested in reading the Erase light novel? Like, would you ever
Uh,
consider it?
I don't really read like fiction novels, mostly nonfiction.
But because you
I mean,
enjoy,
I'll
but
be open.
because Erase is like a show
I
that
mean-
you enjoy. Because I've
Really?
said it many times. I didn't like reading and never liked reading.
Yeah.
But now I'm reading Origami.
I've heard stuff like that where they say like there's so much that's
Yeah.
missing out from the actual
Oh, yeah. I'm-
adaptation.
I'm watching. I was explaining to Zach, right? So like I said, we're watching Origami. We're on like episode 4 now, so we watched 3 episodes. And one of the scenes, like the beginning scenes, where Hachiman is with Sensei or with his teacher,
Oh, yeah.
and they're talking about the paper, and they're walking to the club. Literally, that's whole like 2 chapters.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's so much more detail, and then that's whole sequence is like 2 minutes. And I'm like, damn. So I'm not saying. So this is not I'm not saying this to like say, oh, the light novel is superior to the anime type
Yeah.
war. That's it's whatever, because there's more to it. You know, there's directing and there's changes that they have to make to crunch an entire story into 12 episodes, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
But I think the light novel experience, if you ever think about reading it, if you ever consider it, I will say it'll enhance what you think about the show and maybe even make you want to rewatch the show and think about it differently.
Maybe.
I will say
I don't know. I feel like I like it the way it is. So.
that's fine. That's fine. Sometimes you're just like, you know, I watched it, I enjoy what I got out of it, and that's enough.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to read the manga or light novel of every single anime you watch.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm reading the Demon Slayer manga,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Okay,
mean,
that
you
one is.
Yeah.
I feel like the manga and the anime are like so much different
oh,
from what I've seen.
well, it can be. It can
Well,
be. It
I
depends.
mean,
It's like in terms
think
of
for Demon
style,
Slayer-
because like I remember,
Oh, yeah.
what's that? There was one Blue Period, the one that just came out. I don't know if you heard about it.
Just came out. I don't know if
It just came out, but anyway, I was just looking at like
I'm old,
images
I don't
of
know
it
any
in
new
the.
stuff.
Well, I mean, I was just looking at
I'm an old guy.
images of it from the
Mhm.
manga,
Sure.
and then I looked at clips from the like anime. I'm like, yo, it looks so different because the manga, it's like I get a different vibe from it. It feels like I'm looking at, you know, I'm in the Louvre and looking at this painting, and then when I look at the anime,
What
it's
is the
like
show?
some Blue Period. Yeah,
Oh, is it
I haven't
shoujo?
watched it yet, but I just only seen like pictures of it.
So this is the anime, right?
Yeah,
And then,
but then compared to like the manga, it's like the art style is just so much different. It looks like the manga has so much more depth to it. But I don't know, this could just be me.
Let's see. Sure.
Wait, no, never mind. I'm
Mm.
tripping.
No. You are not wrong. You are not wrong.
I mean,
Oh, it's about art. That's fun. Anyways, you are not wrong. So
at least the way I perceive it is so much more different. You know?
well, no, you're totally right, because like we've explained in the show before, there's a lot that goes into making an anime. An anime has a director who can and will change the story, change the way that story is paced. Origami, like I just mentioned, is the book is so slow. Like it's incredibly slow, but it's because it's slow because it adds so much detail to create this world inside your brain, right? But in the anime, it just breezes through like a whole chapter if it needs to,
Yeah.
right? So it's not a bad thing, but you have to remember, you know, people got to get paid and there's a budget. Can you fit the budget in the, you know, how are you going to do so? Can I get good animators for this and still have good voice actors for this? Keep the voice actors from the previous season, you know, to do this again. Do I have the budget to do that? Do I have to change the voice actors? Can I pay, you know, my people enough? What do I have to do to do that. And sometimes that even means changing the ending of an anime, which is a little controversial. But let's just say, for example, maybe some sort of budget error leads that to happen. Maybe you have to. Let's just say you have to. Anime watchers, man, this series was shit. Wow, I can't believe they fucking. This is a shitty ending, right? But here's
Game
the
of
manga.
Thrones?
But then there's a manga and the light
I haven't
novel.
watched this. So
I haven't either. But the light novel and the manga, they had the original ending or whatever, or the original story, extra details, and that makes it a good series. I've watched so many like shitty shows, like literally shitty shows, like terrible shows. But then I read the manga just for fun, and I'm like, wow, this is a good story.
Yeah.
Like, you know. So I'm not saying like. All I'm saying is that the anime should not be your first understanding of what the series is.
Okay.
I suppose there's more to it, and maybe reading it, or maybe even look into the. I don't know if Erase has a manga, but if it does, maybe you can.
It does.
It does. Maybe
I think so.
I don't know.
I've seen books of it on MAO.
I would assume so. So maybe I don't know. Maybe that's the
Mal.
one thing that might be a little.
You use
Mal.
Mal?
Yeah. Well,
You do?
I don't use it, but I mean, I use it to look at information. But
I just use it to keep track of like what I'm.
I
Like, you could even pull
know
up my
you're
list right
supposed
now.
to. Should you want
wanted
to?
If you want to. Yeah.
Shit. All right, let's look in the mind of Jamie. What, all right. Do I have to? I can just look at anybody's list, right?
Yeah.
I'll just do Mal. I just probably broke it. How would I find you? I don't use Mal.
You
I'm
just
a
go in
boomer.
the search bar and then like. Where's the search bar?
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah. Just type JAY _CARA.
Are you okay with saying this on? Are you okay with saying it on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's
So
fine.
what is it?
CARA.
Oh my god, am I typing there?
Is it there?
Oh wait, I'm thinking I'm searching up.
Oh yeah. Go
I'm
up.
searching up anime. Is there a?
Yeah. Search bar to the left. There's like a little drop box.
Oh.
And then it
People?
should be users or something like that.
Oh, users.
Is it
Right.
there? Is it there? Is it not there?
Is it JAY _CARA?
And it keeps going on, but
Oh,
Here, let me-
oh right, it does keep going on. I see.
I'll
it.
just send it to you.
Let
me see
I got
if
you. We got this. Is important. This is important.
Is it?
I think so. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
just caramel _ TRUENO.
TRUANO.
UENO.
Oh, UENO.
Is that the, yeah.
Hey.
That's it right there.
You know, it's 5%.
Yeah.
Come on. All right.
Hit plate.
Let's see. What do you got on your? What do we got on
How
here?
do you-
I've never
I've
actually
never
looked
used
at
it on
someone's-
PC, so I don't know how to navigate it.
I've never used. Like I said, I only use my anime list for like looking at the synopsis of something or the characters. I've
Really?
never
I just use it to keep track of everything.
Anime list? Perhaps I would assume so, right? There we
Yeah.
go.
All
All anime. Wait, is this a ranking? You put Blue Period at 1, or is it just?
No, I think this is like some of these shows I haven't even yet, like watched yet, but I'm currently like.
Oh,
looking
this is
at.
just a watch list, maybe.
I think I don't know. Can y'all even see that?
Currently watching
Oh.
completed.
Can you see it?
Currently
Kinda.
watching. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, you can go. Oh yeah, you can see like all currently and
So this is
completed.
airing Cowboy Bebop number 2. Okay.
Okay, well these are stuff
You
that
guys-
I haven't even like started yet.
Oh, is that so?
But if you
Okay.
go
completed.
yeah, go
yeah,
completed.
yeah, yeah.
I'd say that's probably the best one.
5 centimeters per second, my man.
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you watched that?
9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I don't know.
Damn.
9 out of 10. I give it. 9
Bro,
out of 10.
that's-
Did I give it 9 out of 10? I don't see it.
9 out of 10.
Oh
bro.
yeah, I'm consistent.
Damn. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so my anime
Is it
list
recording right now? I
is.
don't know.
Oh wait, is it recording?
I don't know.
It's recording. We're going. All right.
Okay,
so
I don't know.
be careful. So, for anybody who's watching who are like anime elitists or whatever, if you rate anything like a 9 or like even anything higher than a 7, they're gonna be like, man, fuck you, you know. But
Gosh.
listen, we're having fun here, okay?
Yeah.
It's all good.
This
We
is
have
my
fun
list.
here
This
in
is
the
my
office.
list.
A place
This is
further
my-
than you, bro.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen part of it, but then I had to stop watching because there was a point in time in my life where I had to stop watching anime and focus on school.
Oh,
So I had to
okay.
drop. I'm gonna watch. It was so good though.
It was
I didn't even
10
get to
out
the
of
part
10,
where they
bro.
got to
10 out of
Antarctica.
10.
That
Oh,
was
really?
the part. That was a good. But
That
even
was like the
leading up
first
to that
few
part.
episodes. Yeah.
Okay, so a place further than the universe. Probably like anime of the year for that time. I'm let's be real,
I don't
right?
even know when it came out. 2019, I think.
I think so. 2018, 2019. Anyways,
Okay.
whatever. So, it's like
It's an anime that will make you cry.
So it will.
That's-
It's a group of girls who just want to, or what is? It's been so long. They not that they
Okay,
want to
basically,
explore,
what
but
it? Okay.
one girl wants to go to Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
And then another girl meets that girl and like, let's do it. And then they meet other girls and they're like, hey, let's, and they have these, character development type stuff and it's very wholesome and very cute. And then they go to Antarctica and they just explore. So it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's the story and the visuals are so pretty. anime of the year
also
for that
good.
year.
I liked it more for the characters and what they had.
I think so as well. And I didn't even get to the part where they got to Antarctica, so I only got the character parts. So and then
the main,
I rated a 10 out of 10
the
just from
main
that
mystery
part.
is just that like the girl he said that wanted to go to Antarctica. Basically, what happens is that she's kind of like this nobody in school.
Yes.
She just keeps to herself because she has this one thing she's working towards, and that is to find her mom because her mom went missing in Antarctica ever since she was a child.
Oh, that's what it was. That's right.
She's trying to go back and find her mom.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I'm surprised, bro. 5 centimeters per second. That's like the most. That's like the biggest, the vaguest, most profound movie I've ever. It's like the most thinky. Like there's no.
Think so?
I think so because it's about like long distance relationships.
Yeah, that's why I loved it.
I did too, but it's more like visual porn. But then it's like
I mean, all of Makoto Shinkai's
it is.
works are like
But
visual porn.
but still, it's like I know, right? But the Kimi no Nawa.
But I would say that like
But it's compared to like let's say an anime, right?
Yeah.
The plot line is just like
it
all
felt
over
like
the
a
place.
movie. It
did feel like a movie, but it was so what's the word? It's thought provoking, right? It makes you it's interpretive. That's what the word I'm looking for.
Interpretive.
There is no real underlining like thing about this movie that you just follow. You follow it and then you interpret it the way you want to. It's about long distance relationships, but it's so symbolic that you're just like you go in and then I think everybody gets a different thing. And that's why I'm surprised you ranked it so high because I feel like the average, and not that you're saying it, now that I'm seeing your list, you are not the average anime watcher. You're kind of goated. Good for you. But
everything highlighted.
No,
but yeah, the
no.
reason
shit.
the reason I liked it so much was because it was so realistic and that it was so relatable.
It was.
What was that? You remember Bong Joon-ho, the director for Parasite, South Korean film?
Oh, I've never seen Parasite.
Oh, really? You haven't seen? Have you seen
I
it?
have. Yeah.
The
Have you seen the movie?
Not the,
Parasite?
not the anime. The
the movie.
The Korean movie.
The Korean movie, the South Korean movie, the movie that won the
Won an
Oscar for best film of the year, best director, a lot of things.
Something like that, yeah.
But he went up on stage, the director, and then he said this quote, which was quoted from Martin Scorsese. He says that, what did he say? He said, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to look."
Go ahead and look.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look
yeah,
at it. I'm gonna look at it. Anohana, bro, that was a sad boy. Holy moly. I didn't think 11 episodes would make me cry so hard. Attack on Titan, you excited for the final thing that's coming up?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say excited, but
How do you feel about
Sure.
Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan.
Good
I
show?
didn't-
I don't watch it.
It was
so I don't
okay for like the first 2 seasons, but once it got to the 3rd season, I'm like, yo, this is picking up fast.
know. You're not into the commitment of the whole storyline type thing?
I think it's cool. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I mean, it's how I feel about Star Wars. It's like it's this thing.
Well, it's
like,
like-
I'm not crazy.
No,
into
for
it,
sure.
but
No, that's good.
I can appreciate the story.
That's a good example you bring up for Star Wars because like for Attack on Titan, I do imagine that as like the Star Wars. Like you watch it and then you like there's a die-hard community where it's like super serious about it, but you don't really think about the people who just like watch Attack on Titan like that was a good show. And
Yeah,
then that's it.
I appreciate it for what it is. It's just a
Fuck
good
no.
story. Okay, this is the quote he said.
Yeah.
The most personal is the most creative.
Mm.
Think about that. The most personal is the most creative. And that's why I like 5 centimeters per second because it was so relatable, so realistic. It's not your typical love story.
Usagi drop, Bunny drop is a 10 out of 10.
Yes, bro.
Damn. I never watched it. I was
you never
reading
seen
I
it?
started reading the manga.
Really? Oh, don't
Damn,
do that. Don't do
that's-
that.
damn.
Don't do that.
Why? Is it
The
bad?
manga, yeah, the manga.
What's wrong with the
The
manga?
ending is pretty bad.
Ah,
I will
did they
say.
change the ending in the
They
Is-
didn't,
is
they
the
didn't
manga
get to
in-
that point. They didn't get to that point.
Oh.
In this point, because I think the manga it shows like when she grows up to be like a teenager. I think this one only stops.
So
when
is
she-
it
It's cursed. I'll say that.
Yikes. Okay, got you.
Oh
Got you.
God.
Damn.
I liked it because the animation it felt so nostalgic. It felt like I was watching Curious George.
Damn.
I'm serious. Like
Yeah, it's
y'all grew up on Curious George.
yeah, of
Hell
course.
yeah.
That's why I liked it so much.
I
And
actually
like the
like-
story was
okay.
just so
So,
wholesome.
I like stories about kids. Pause. No, I don't. no. But like, I think
Basically every shonen like anime ever.
maybe,
is
no.
kids.
But I don't even. No, not kids. I mean, like raising a kid.
Oh yeah.
I love those shows. Maybe because
Oh.
I'm like older, I guess. But like Hinamatsuri, I think is what it's called. I never watched it, but it's like this the Yakuza thug guy like gets a daughter.
The chef.
I think so. I never watched it, so I don't really know. But basically, any show, I just find it interesting the way they do like a mature guy, maybe even like someone who's not even fit to be a parent, somehow gets bestowed upon a child. How that dynamic is in raising a kid.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
I have a couple of those anime in this.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I don't really watch them, but I read them manga, so
Really?
I find them so interesting. 10 out of 10 erase. Let's go.
Yeah.
Put Demon Slayer as a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. I had it at an 8
That's
at
it?
first, but then I gave it a 9 when I started like thinking about it and rewatching.
Dude, it's
clips.
so I think Demon Slayer is a good show to watch.
for like a person getting into it.
Oh, you watch
Yeah.
Hyoka? How do you feel about Hyoka, bro? I need to let you. I need to
Yuka,
ask you,
Yuka.
bro.
Oh,
Hyoka.
bro.
How do you feel about it?
Visually, one of the best I've ever seen for a TV series, I would say.
Damn.
Story wise, I feel like I
Well,
wanted
there was-
more because it's like the mysteries they have. They're so
Mhm.
much more like pedestrian, I guess. It's
That's
just
the point of it,
regular
though,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
Because
that's-
it's a mist. So Hyoka, I love this series, and it's visual porn because it made it by Kyoto Animation, one of the greatest animation studios as far as quality, production quality. And I'm gonna make you watch one so you understand. I'm gonna make you watch A Silent Voice. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. I think.
It is on Netflix. Anyways. So Hyoka, a lot of people don't like it because it's
Hyoka.
boring.
Really?
But the reason why I like it is because it's so simple, but it's really fun to watch, I suppose, because it's a mystery. It's a mystery series, but the mysteries isn't like some crime murder scenes or whatever. It's like something simple, like why is the door was locked even though I unlocked it. Why is it
Yeah.
locked? And they just like see how it is, and then it ends up being like the janitor or something locking it without her noticing or something. It's all simple shit, but it's so fun to watch as far as like the characters and the way they interact with each other and their archetypes and their personalities, how they interact with each other. Chitanda is also a great girl, and that helps as well.
Yeah.
But I just found it really like mystery. Well, nothing that's wrong with like crime mysteries or anything like that. Of course, right? Erase was great, right? But it was just kind of so simple, and I enjoy shows that are simple. I watch like slice of life. That's my shit, you know.
Yeah, that's
Non
what it was.
Biori and stuff like that.
Non-beauty.
That's my shit, you know.
Beauty. It sounds
So,
familiar.
It's literally just it's just a group of girls who live in like the countryside, and that's it.
Oh,
I
Josie.
think I was. Yeah,
Oh, you watched Josie?
I was Jose.
Bro, we should have watched it in theaters together. Shit, I would have invited you if you
Oh,
wanted to
yeah.
watch it. I wasn't sure if anybody wanted to
I
watch it
wasn't
because I asked.
I didn't
because-
really think about it too much. I just saw like
Yeah.
a trailer for it. I'm like,
How
okay,
do
it
you
looks
feel?
interesting.
How'd you feel about it?
Jose?
Yeah, Josie.
For what it was, I respect it. It was. I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I was saying. It wasn't a
Because-
10 out of 10, but it was really
Nah,
fun
it
to watch.
wasn't-
It was just kind of a drama, a good story.
Cinematic wise, I liked it. I like the way they shot
Yeah.
everything. Well,
Yeah.
shot, but they drew it. I like
Mhm. Yeah,
I mean, the premise, the characters. I felt it was super simple, but going into it, I mean, if you
I'm
know
not-
what you're gonna
yeah.
get
that's what I'm saying.
for what
right?
it was pretty good.
It was good.
I really
I'm not
did.
telling. I'm not looking.
I
for
mean,
you to
I knew
say
how it was
movie
gonna
of the
end.
year. That's
Like-
not. I'm not asking you
No,
to say
no, no.
no. It's movie of the year. No. But it
no,
was a
no.
good watch, eh?
It was it was a good watch. I mean, motherfuckers be watching white chicks, and
Hey,
it's a good
that's a good
movie,
watch.
but
Hey, man.
it's a good movie. but-
Wow.
Scary movie, all them shits.
Scary movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. Okay.
if you were
okay.
watching it as a film critic, you'd be like, man, this is some ass.
Yeah.
But for what it is, you enjoy it.
Oh, you rated the ending of Origami as a 6?
Yeah, bro, I didn't fuck with it.
Damn. Or
It's-
don't say why because
I'm not.
he's watching it.
I'm just gonna say because like, I felt like there were too many episodes. I feel like they could have
you
shortened it,
think?
and they could
There
have
ne-
done more.
But there needed to be too many episodes. There needed to be more.
I feel like it was
Well,
too
okay.
slow. To be
Did
honest.
you watch it from like back to back to back seasons?
No.
Because I watched Origami season 2 like a long time ago, and then it took like 7 years for them to drop a season 3.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm under that
I mean, I watched
pretense.
the second one. Took like a few months off, and then this one dropped.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
then I waited until this one was
finished.
finished,
Okay.
and then I watched
Yeah.
that. And I
So
was like,
Origaru, it needs a lot of episodes because, like I explained, there's a lot to cover, and I'm basically like not even barely halfway through the first season, and I'm already on like volume 2.
really?
Yeah. So
I like the first 2 seasons. I think I gave it a 9.
yeah, it seems like you did.
First-
Okay, without spoiling anything,
Yeah.
did your girl win?
I didn't have a girl.
You didn't have a
Bro.
girl?
No, bro. It's like
What?
You already know who is gonna.
No, okay, I know, no, but listen, you didn't have a train you rode? Come on, best girl. Okay, fine. Then don't without even saying who
Okay,
won.
but-
Who's best girl in Origaru?
None of them. bro.
What? No, you have to
You
have a
can't-
best girl. Yes, you
I
do.
don't have one.
You do.
No.
Yes, you do. You have one. Is it Yukino?
Who is there?
Yui?
I don't even remember
You
the names of all the people.
Iroha? Oh man,
Fuck it, bro.
What a damn fucking poser,
the
bro.
fucking the tennis captain, bro. The tennis captain. Wait, were they?
The dude?
What you mean, dude, bro?
Totsuka?
You see how that is?
I- I agree.
The motherfucker that looks like Uzaki-chan. Uzaki-chan. Uzaki-chan.
Yes, the tennis club. Zach, we watched that episode where he gets introduced, and I made a joke one time, I think, because I had I had a picture of him behind me, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Zach,
Fucking me and
Zach,
him, bro.
Zach, do you think she's cute? And he's like, yeah. Oh, well, it's a dude. And then we proceeded. And then
Oh, see, he tripping already.
he's tripping. Okay, and then we watch the anime, and then literally he gets introduced, and then in the Discord he's like, "I get it." I'm like, yeah.
I was like, it
so
all
funny.
makes sense now.
I understand.
I understand.
I understand. No, okay.
Well, on some
you
real
can.
shit, I don't know. Maybe the teacher. I don't know.
Oh, sensei. I respect sensei. If you tell me sensei, I will respect you.
I don't know. I
All
don't know the. I don't really. It's been a while, so I don't remember
Sure,
all the
sure.
characters. But
Okay.
actually, I was interested the way they played. What's her name?
Yui, Yugahama Yui, the one with the orange hair.
Yeah, her.
I
I
thought that was
like
interesting as well.
her. I don't want to spoil it, but like her relationship with Hachiman.
I do
like
too.
how it came to that point.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can move past
I'm on
it.
And it was-
episode
and it was-
4.
You're on episode 4.
Yeah.
We can move past, and then
But
we'll have.
I mean,
we'll have
it's
part-
crazy how it all connects to like the first episode.
It does. All right. Anyways, what else? We'll go through a couple more. Okay, then what is it? Who we watched Odd Taxi, bro? Respect.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out.
Respect. That was the most interesting show I've ever probably just watched just to watch.
Odd Taxi, I will say, it has. I don't really fuck with anime openings like that. But Odd Taxi,
Ooh, the anime opening for Odd Taxi, bro.
yeah, I actually listened to it.
I do too. It's on my
Really?
phone. Yeah,
I-
it's a catchy,
vibe.
bro. It's a vibe, bro. Okay. Anyways, so without just going through your anime list and just keep going, right?
Yeah.
Who is?
Are you already done with it?
No.
Okay.
But we would just be going on
Yeah.
forever, you know.
I mean, it's not that long of a list, but yeah.
We're almost down.
I
Well,
think
okay.
so.
I'll
Elemental P Q R S T U V W X Y Z.
Funny Go Senpai 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do I even want to open Bunny
Huh?
Girl Senpai? Do you want to talk about Bunny Girl Senpai at least a
I
little
feel
bit?
like everything that
needs to be said.
is
All right.
already-
I'm just want to know.
The
Is there
fans
anything that
already
you
know.
need to get out of your
It's
chest?
a banger.
It's a
It's a
banger. Is there
banger.
anything you need to get out of your chest? Did you like
I will say that the one that
Yeah.
hit me the most was the one about his sister. that part
hits
got to me.
everybody, yeah.
Out of everybody else, it was the one with the sister.
I
Because as an
agree.
older brother, I can relate to that. It's like, how do you? It's like,
Well,
yeah,
okay, let me
like,
ask you this.
real and fake is.
Yeah. How would
Have you seen Young Justice? The
Young
TV
Justice?
show? Have you? Y'all didn't grow up on Young Justice? Golly.
What is Young? Is that a
It was-
DC?
Yeah, it's a DC
Yeah.
cartoon.
I
But
didn't watch
it was similar to Bunny Girl Senpai, where one of the topics they discussed was about real and fake.
Mhm.
It's like, even though, you know,
Like you know
I
the
don't
fake,
wanna
you know
spoil
the
it.
I know you know the
I don't
fake for
wanna
so
spoil it.
long, but is now that the fake is back
Well,
to
it's
what's
like-
original, is that which one's real?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
but-
You don't gotta talk about it, but the idea with his sister, right?
Yeah, that, it was his
Spoilers
sister.
real quick. Watch Bunny Girl Senpai. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Anyways, like you know, there was an original Kaide, right? That who
That's
grew
her
up for
name?
like
the one
Kaide.
with the bunny.
Yeah.
Not bunny.
Well,
it was a
panda.
panda. A panda.
and who grew up for like what 11, 12 years.
Oh, that's how long it was.
I think so, right? Because she was in middle school.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
yeah, yeah. I thought it was okay.
something along those lines, right?
And then
then
her,
for like and then it's only for like a year or no, maybe not a year, but
Yeah.
like a year or two that this happened. But we only know this Kaide from a year or two. And that's what I find interesting because now this is in the perspective of like you only know this Kaide.
Mhm.
But we go back to the original and like what does Sakata think, the MC? Like what do the parents think? Because the parents are
you
happy
don't even
that,
see him until like.
yeah, I
later
know, but
when-
like you got to think about it, right? Like my kid's back, but for us, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
she's gone, right? And I
It's
found that's an interesting thing they played on.
that person is gone.
Yeah, but like, who's a real Kaide, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Zach. It's time It's time to talk, Zach.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a banger. You know, I have a
Alright,
lot
dude.
and also nothing to say about this show because it is just a great show
Mhm.
and I could not recommend it enough.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think this is
But-
the end.
You know,
Or close to the end. Toradora.
Toradora. I actually didn't watch Toradora.
Toradora.
I meant to, but then I kind of forgot about it.
Weathering with you. What else is this?
Oh,
Welcome
Zach, we need to watch Weathering with You. That's not the sequel, but the next movie after Your Name.
Oh, Tatami Galaxy.
oh,
Mhm. I've kind of forgot to
Godfathers.
go for
Tokyo Godfathers, bro.
that. I actually
Have
don't
y'all
know.
seen that?
I don't know that one. I've never
Tokyo
heard of it.
Godfathers. Y'all need to watch that.
Is that not Tokyo
As
Revengers?
a cinephile, like I assume you guys are.
Mhm.
Yep.
Tokyo Godfathers. You a cinephile, right?
duh.
Oh,
I'm a
this.
photographer, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can.
I
this is
do
a
know.
movie
I
you will
do. I have
appreciate.
seen this. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, I'll think about it.
I would say like two movies that.
Let me hit the bottom of your list, and then we'll Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Your Lie in April. Oh my
shit,
gosh,
of
dude.
course.
Yeah, what up?
Yep. Anyways.
Dude, Your Lie in
I
April.
love how you rated the
Give it an
OVAs too for your.
Yeah, actually, the OVAs were pretty good.
They were pretty good. They were
like
pretty good.
usually with other like anime, the OVAs are
Yeah,
pretty
they're just kind of
but
I mean, they're
those ones
supposed to
were
be
good.
extras. Like you can feel however way you want to feel about it. It's just there. You can watch it if you don't want to.
You don't need to watch it, but those ones
Yeah.
I feel like they were good, solid.
I
But
think,
in terms of
yeah.
anime movies, I would say this movie right here,
Number one anime
number
movie
one.
for you?
Either this one or Tokyo Godfathers for sure.
Oh,
Those
it's a
two.
movie.
Tokyo Godfathers.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll think about it. I heard because I after seeing the art, I recognize it now. But
Really?
yeah,
It's very. When I was watching that movie, I was like, wait a minute, this feels like I'm watching Treasure Planet. You remember that
Treasure
movie?
Planet.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, dude.
Yeah, the art was. It reminded me of
Interesting.
that. I won't say exactly like that, but something. Oh wait, no, it reminded me of like. Y'all remember Anastasia?
Anastasia. I don't know.
Anastasia.
Yes.
It was another animated movie, something
Mhm.
like that. Like, and I was because growing up, I always thought American cartoons, Japanese cartoons, art style completely different. But then I realized that the Americans were actually outsourcing their work over to Japan, and then the animators in Japan would like do all the work and then send it to America. So then if you go back to like Astro Boy and stuff like
Mhm.
that was the cartoons that everyone came to be familiar with. That was the style,
I think it's really cool that
and
You
it looks so
can-
different.
yeah, you can see the difference in the attention to detail with anime as opposed to the animation that you see now. And like, it's hard to explain because anime looks like the manga that it was derived from, or like, it
Mhm.
has that
Usually.
Oh yeah,
the
I get what you're
aesthetic.
saying,
Maybe
you're
not
saying.
exactly, but the
Yeah.
aesthetic.
yeah, the
styling.
kind of comic book panel, not comic book panel, but like the manga panel type
Mhm.
art style.
They
like
try to keep it the same.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of that, and I've noticed that in a lot of the stuff that we've watched and that I've watched. Whereas in the West, it's a lot of
Yeah, they have more
different
liberty
stuff. Yeah,
to express themselves.
Mhm.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
it's
feel like
just-
that's another reason why a lot of people, shit on live action anime films is because they try to adapt it for what
Yeah.
it was. Like
But it's so you
page
can't
for
make it.
page.
Like, you
But
can't.
yeah, right.
You can't do that.
Whereas over here, if you look at the MCU movies, it's completely different from
Oh,
the
for
comics
sure.
because like for generations you have different artists, different writers have their own take on it. But over here, or I mean, yeah, if they did that with anime, like could you imagine if like a director just made his own version of
no,
like,
that would not.
My
fly.
Hero? It would
That
people would get
not
fucked up,
fly,
even though it
yeah.
was good. Like
Yeah,
it had its own like
if it was
cinematic
its
style
own, if it was its like own movie, not
Yeah.
associated with Boku no Hero, then it would probably be like
or like he took Boku no Hero, but he made his own story,
maybe
his own
his
like
spin-off
style.
or something.
Yeah.
Or but
It doesn't
if
have
it
to
was
be exactly
if it
like
was own
that.
standalone movie, right?
Yeah.
Then it would probably be like a really good movie. But because because they're trying to recreate Boku no Hero as a live action, then it would just
It
wouldn't
wouldn't
work,
work.
right? But it's sad, but it's different as a culture, right? Difference in styling.
Yeah, but I
difference-
mean, it's difficult to do like when you're trying to copy somebody else's style. It's
I
like,
suppose so.
you
Yeah,
have
for
your
sure,
own
for
style.
sure.
Why don't you just show
For
what
sure.
you have and start
I
be
think
somebody else?
yeah. As long as you understand, like, think more broadly rather than what it is. It's like, hey, this is what. Look at the movie that I watched, for example, and be like, okay, that was a good movie. I'm sure it was probably a shit take or something from the anime or the manga, but as a movie itself, I don't know, was it good or not?
Yeah,
Just think to that,
For
and
sure.
then like, okay, then are you okay with watching it? Did you have a time, whatever it may be, a good or a bad time? Okay, you now absorb that experience and then you move on, right?
Mhm.
That's kind of how movie watching experience works, right?
yeah, for the most part.
For the generally, right? As far
Yeah,
as like,
and we all see it differently. It's like because
Yeah.
let's say if we watch what's a movie that's super cinematic, I guess. Like okay, Wes Anderson films. Have you
Okay,
seen
yeah,
Wes
yeah.
Anderson? Are you familiar
I'm
with that
not
Wes
sure. I'm
Anderson's
not
work?
sure.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
yeah,
Amazing film, right? Characters, story, the pacing.
right.
Anybody could watch it and be like, "That's a good film." But you, as like a cinephile, you could watch it and you'd be like, "Whoa, look at the way he frames it, the composition, the way he just keeps it. It's flat, but yet he uses the actors themselves to create a sense of depth. Like at first they'll start in the foreground, but then he'll run out into the background. Then you realize, okay, the camera is stuck in the same position, but he's limited, like we were talking about earlier. But he sort of thinking outside of the box while still being inside the box. You know what I mean?
I think a perfect example is Bo Burnham's Inside.
Really?
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet, but when you guys were talking about it, I was
yeah.
like, okay, that sounds interesting.
You've seen like the clips and whatnot of it.
Oh yeah, like he sings and
yeah,
stuff like that.
And the way that he was able to take one room and turn it into so many different set pieces, and the way that he used like digital zoom and like so many different like very interesting lighting techniques, video techniques, like all of those things to make it into something super, super interesting. And it's like, you know, you can be stuck in a room, but yet you can still make something super amazing out of it. And I think that that's like my favorite thing about that. And I think it's really cool when you see those projects that are just such a beautiful representation of the lengths that people will go to tell a story and the creativity that they use to tell said story. You know what I mean? It's super cool. And the more that you look into it, the more that you're just like, oh my God. And like all
appreciation.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to get to that point of gatekeeping where a director will be like, oh, I made this movie only for people that can appreciate cinema. If you don't know what cinema is, get the fuck out. Like, nah. It's like, it should be for everybody.
Yeah, it should.
It has to be.
I think, oh God, no, we're not gonna talk about gatekeeping, bro.
Yeah.
We
don't have to talk about it, we have to acknowledge
we do have to acknowledge it, but
and that we gotta,
it's a thing that happens, but don't try and gatekeeping. Listen, all I'm gonna say, gatekeeping, it's superficial. It's something that's just made up. So just don't worry about it. Unless it's a fence that says don't enter. You know, you're chilling. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna end off because we've been talking for a while. But let me ask you the number one question that everybody here is dying to hear. Okay, who's your number one girl?
I don't have one, bro.
Dude, you gotta have one, bro.
I don't have one.
You have to have a number.
None of them stuck out
of
to me
all
like that.
time.
I don't know. Like
you have to have a number one girl, bro. For Cha, it's Megumin.
Of course it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you can tell someone's personality by their best girl,
I've seen that
bro.
show, by the way. Have you seen what score I gave it?
What did you give it?
Go look.
Oh shit. Are you gonna put it at 2?
Go guess.
Oh no. What have you done?
Is it alphabetically?
Oh, it is alphabetical. I didn't notice that.
I'm not sure.
What did you do? What did you do to the show? Oh, you gave it a 5.
All 3.
Oh man. Oh, I didn't show it. Hold on. Oh no, you've got it done it. You gave all 3 a 5.
Yeah, and I had to sit through it and watch all that. At first, I was like, okay, maybe this is going somewhere. And when I watched it, I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm not saying you gotta like Konosuba. I'm just saying, do you like any girl?
Any girl from Konosuba?
No, just in
general?
any anime of all time, bro.
I can't think of it.
Zach, who's yours?
I thought you already had one. Who?
Yeah.
Mai?
Yeah.
Okay, but why?
What do you mean why? She's a great
You need
character.
to
You watch
explain.
Bunny Girl Senpai. You know
Okay,
why.
but explain why. It's like, what made her out of everybody? Like, some motherfuckers be like, oh, Mikasa for days. I'm like, but why? And then they get all offended and be like, the fuck you mean?
I'm not saying, I'm not getting offended. I'm just saying, did you not have like any one character that you just like, you just enjoy?
I like what they brought to the table.
You like what you brought to the table. Who is that character?
I don't know.
Who is it? Okay.
Who the fuck do you want
This
me
is
to say?
descending
Kose's
into
mom.
chaos.
Fuck it.
What?
Kose.
Bunny Girl Senpai. Who is your favorite girl in Bunny Girl Senpai then?
Bunny Girl Senpai?
Just your favorite girl.
Senpai. I don't know.
As a character, I'm not saying like your waifu. I'm not asking for you that. I'm just saying your favorite.
Like, who stood out to me?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Out of the girls, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't have to be your waifu necessarily, right? Out of all the girls, out of all of their stories, which one connected you to the most?
None of them, bro.
What do you mean none of them? You just went off of how awesome Kaide's story was.
Yeah, the story. I mean, her as a person.
Yeah, her as
like,
a character.
Yeah, that was a dope story. I wouldn't say it's the best out of everybody else.
I'm not saying. Well, my number one best girl, who is Kosaki Onora from Nisekoi. I'm not saying she is like, yeah, she's my all star and nobody can fucking compete. No, I love all the characters as well.
Yeah,
but as herself, right? In this anime that I felt really strongly about. I like her character. I love the way she was played. I love her in the manga. She's my favorite girl.
So she's relatable to you?
Yeah, she's relatable to me, and I relate to what she has to bring to the table, and I enjoy that. And she stood out to be the most. And for a fun factor, she's my waifu. That's just all there is to it. It's just so. Do you have a character like that?
I'm in the corner because I'm not getting involved.
Maybe,
come on, bro. It's like
maybe I just haven't found her yet.
Maybe you haven't. Maybe I don't know. But maybe it's
that's
just
what it is.
This is what I'm saying right earlier, where I was just like, how you don't understand this high school clique thing or this high school societal hierarchy thing is because you think a little bit too. No, I'm serious, man, and I'm not. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing that you don't think about that, but it does exist. Maybe it's just that yeah, maybe you haven't found it yet. Maybe you don't understand it yet. It's just something that you never really thought of, so you don't think of it. But maybe, okay, if you don't have a best girl, then here's some homework. All right, go ahead and just think about. Oh, I thought I heard something. Go ahead and
people outside doing yard work.
Go ahead and think about, I don't know, just what character, and well, maybe it could be a guy or a girl, but for this instance, let's just say your girl for best girl, right? Let's say you have a girl, right? What character as a girl is your favorite character? And it can even it can even be like the simplest reason of I think she's cute. That can even be enough, right? That's enough. Your favorite girl that stood out to you as a character. My brother has one.
Who?
Alvin. Oh, it's Megumi.
No. Megumi?
Not Megumi. Megumi from have you seen Sakano? How to Raise a Boy and Girlfriend?
Wait, say that again?
How to Raise a Boy and Girlfriend.
Sakano? No, I haven't seen it.
Sakano.
Wait, it sounds familiar.
It's a big franchise, so you probably heard of it. It's pretty ecchi though, so it's up to you if you want to watch it.
I don't think so, no.
But that's his number one all-time girl. Everybody has one. Just a character, like you're just watching a character, like I fuck with this character. That's all it has to be. Whether it be because she's cute or because you like her story or you like her character, her writing, her acting.
I think that this should be homework for.
This is homework
if you
for
come back.
If you come back, well, you are going to come back for the Chris episode.
Yeah,
because we're going to do a format. I said we're going to do a format episode today, but scheduling, so we wasn't able to work out. Jamie will be back. When Jamie comes back, I want you to just think about it. Like,
we're going to bring this up.
I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring it up with Chris too, and Chris will have a best girl.
He doesn't even watch anime, to be honest.
He said he watched like Naruto and stuff.
Yeah, Naruto and stuff. He will have a, but I don't know about now.
He will have a best girl. I promise you. It's probably gonna be like Sakura or some shit, right?
Why?
Because why not? Because that's just his best girl. That's his favorite character. That's it. That's his favorite. Why not? That's all it is, Zach. That's all it is, Jamie. It's just something as simple as that. So
anyways,
go ahead and think about it.
I'm gonna think about it. Yeah.
Go ahead and think about it.
I'm thinking about it right now, but it's like none of them stood out to me like that.
Shit, bro.
I just haven't found someone with that much depth as of yet. I mean, there's a couple characters that are like, yeah, that's pretty dope, but it was not like, okay.
You watched Horimiya, right?
Horimiya? Yeah. A little forgetful at the moment, but I liked it.
A little forgetful. Well, it's supposed to be. It's just kind of a chill. Who's your favorite couple?
Couple? There were multiple couples in that?
Did you watch Horimiya?
That's what I'm saying. It's forgetful.
The fuck? What is happening right now?
All of our brains are melting simultaneously, and it's great.
It's been a while. It has been a while since I've seen it, but I don't remember.
Because we've been talking for like 2.5 hours.
Oh wait,
there was one guy.
Yeah,
there's one quiet girl.
I'm joking.
No, we're talking about Horimiya, right?
Yes, Horimiya.
I don't remember how it ended up, but basically this quiet girl went up to this dude and she was like, hey, I like you. And he's like, or she never said it outright because motherfuckers in anime, or like, I guess this is something that happens in Japan. They don't say it outright. They just,
is it the one with
the
lead
glasses? You on. I don't remember.
Green hair?
I don't remember.
Shit, bro.
Could be. Actually, yeah, I think it was green hair.
Because she
was super quiet. She liked this dude. And then the dude was like, okay. But she never said it outright. And then the dude who's friends with this girl, they're super close, but then the girl, once she starts seeing that,
it is. Yeah, it is.
But I don't remember who he ended up with. I think he ended up with the one who he's been friends with all this time instead of the quiet girl that just randomly, made chocolate for him. I think, I don't know.
I liked Sakura. She was a great character.
I don't remember the name, but
shit, bro.
Anyways,
I read the manga, so
I mean, see, looking at the list.
Anyways, yeah. So yeah. All right, I have homework for you, Jamie. You just think about it. This is not something I'm berating you for. I'm not a part of that group of like, man, fuck you. Your waifu is trash. Like your opinion is trash. I'm not like that. But one, I do find it interesting that you don't have one. I think someone who watches Naruto will have one.
I haven't watched Naruto either. So
well, that's what I'm just saying. But yeah,
too long.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Jamie, do you have anything? Do you have any socials or anything that you want? What? How can anybody find you if they want to? If it's private, then it's all good.
Links in the description, I guess.
Well, yeah, but what kind of links? Instagram. Do you have any public links that you're okay with sharing?
Instagram. I guess you already seen my anime list.
Your anime list, okay. Anything else? Just
I guess that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
what else do I say? OnlyFans.
You got an OnlyFans?
You got an OnlyFeet?
No.
Ayo.
That's a thing.
Ayo.
It is. No.
People pay money for anything. Anyways,
yeah.
Our socials.
Yeah.
Yep. Jamie will be in the description if you want to talk.
I just remember this one time Arthur was in class, bro. He was just there and he was sitting next to Serenity, and I just remember like it was a vibe. He was just sitting there. He was going, and now that it's over, I'll never be sober.
What the fuck? I do remember Serenity, but what the was that me?
I'm so high.
Was that me?
That did happen once.
Did that happen?
It was fuck. Yeah.
I remember Serenity, but
Oh really? Yeah. You were just like listening to your shit, and then you just did it. I was like, hey, this man. And then next track, all she needed was some.
Hey, shout out to Gambino. You know the
all she needed was some.
Hey.
All she needed was some.
Listen, links in the description. You want to do all this stuff? Coffee, Patreon's not ready. Anything else? Twitter? I don't fucking know, dude. Whenever it's ready, man.
IG Jamie_TV.
All right, keep people in there. It'll be in the description if you don't want to type that. If you want to remember that. Do you have anything to say to the people?
What do I want to say?
Do you have anything to say to the people?
Do I have anything to say
to the people? This right here is going to be the presidents of the next generation, Jamie.
Presidents of the next.
Predecessors? No, that's before.
You know what? You know the word I'm thinking, right? It's just predecessors, right? You're speaking to the next generation here, Jamie. You know, to the kids who may stumble upon this.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I was having a conversation with this one dude. I want to
1 hour later.
Do you want to get into it?
No.
You want to get into it?
Be very brief.
This is a very interesting topic.
We got to end it. We got to end it.
We have to end it?
We got to end it, bro. It's almost 3 hours,
there
bro.
was a point. Okay.
Hey, you're free to come back anytime, bro. Anytime
okay.
you can come back, bro. You know, if we're shooting and you knock on the door, hey, I'm down. I'm at your front door. Let's talk.
All right. I wanted to go into this,
but let me know first.
It's somebody we know, but I'll bring it up for another episode.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just.
Do you
say
have anything
that
general to say? Yeah.
Happiness is not a destination; it's a choice.
I like that.
Be good people.
Be good people.
Is that your tagline now?
I
feel like it's always been your tagline.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Be good
Sure.
people.
All right. Goodbye, y'all.